Hey everybody, we're all the Lions UK. Sorry about the delay there. I was trying to get my microphone unmuted and I kept getting notifications over my unmute button, so I couldn't press the damn thing. Anyway, hope you're all well. Monday Night Football, Lions and 49ers going at it at Levi's Stadium. 13-win Lions trying to get to 14 and extend their franchise record against an eliminated 49ers team winding down to the off-season. I'm Matthew Turner. He's actually sewed. Mate, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I'm doing okay. Obviously, as a follower of our football, you know that yet again I have had to put Villa on the sacrificial table for a Lions win here, so it better happen. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to down my bottle of apple sours and go into an alcohol coma.
Fair, fair. Right, let's get into the inactives for this one, as we always do, as the coverage is going live. Kickoff is about 15 minutes away. For the Lions, David Montgomery is inactive, as we know. Otherwise, on the offense, Teddy Bridgewater, now back with the team, is inactive, but is the emergency third quarterback. Just to remind you of the rules on that, because I think it's the first time the Lions have utilised this rule.
Yes.
Bridgewater can only play in the game if both of the QB1 and QB2s are injured. They cannot be just merely benched if they're having a bad time. So if Hooker comes in and is not medically injured, he's just playing badly, you can't yank him for Teddy. He actually has to go down with an injury. Otherwise, on the offense, Giovanni Manu, Coyote Awashika and Colby Sawsall also all do not go. Just two inactives on the defense today, both at the defensive line position. Broderick Martin, who really hasn't had much of a shot since the one he had recently, does not go. Neither does Jonah Williams, who must be wondering why the Lions brought him on board at all. For the 49ers, I realise that's a bit small, so let me read it out for you instead. On the offense, quarterback Brandon Allen does not go, as does backup left tackle, who would have been the starter today in Spencer Burford. So they're down to number 3 or number 4 at this point. And Israel Abanikanda as well. And then on the defense, Khalil Davis and Robert Beal Jr. on the defensive line, Dre Greenlaw, who's now been shut down for the season at linebacker, and Chavarius Ward, the corner, who it has been revealed has had or is having a baby today, and that's the reason why he is not making it. Obviously, there was the news that he had his 1-year-old pass away about 2 months ago, and they have had another baby this weekend. So congratulations to Chavarius and Ash. No big surprises, I guess, for either team there. They get some good news, and Colton McKivitz, the right tackle, can go. But that left tackle, left guard area is going to be a big issue for them.
Yeah, it really is, which is why I dedicated so many words to it in my preview that came out yesterday, because that will be the key part of the matchup for me in terms of how our defense hopefully will be able to gain an upper hand. Because the other bit was obviously that Kittle versus our linebackers is going to be a bit of an issue. But if Zedarius and Levi, since they're the ones that traditionally line up on our right, the right hand side of our formations, their left hand side, if they can really take over and put Charlie Heck and Nick Zage to the sword, that would be great. It would mean that Birdie's getting a lot of pressure on his blind side. He'll start panicking. He'll have to start scrambling. It will ruin their game plan. So then having those two guys out, especially since going from Trent Williams to Charlie Heck is like going from Penei Sewell to Matt Nelson, basically. Not great at all. As for us, nice to see obviously Teddy being here. I do love Teddy. Him being the most third QB, that's fair. The one concerning one, inverted commas, is unfortunately Broderick. Like, I know we are big fans of him here on the podcast, but the fact he's been passed up by so many people now, including guys who picked up off the streets, and with the news today that we put in a claim for Mathis, who used to be on Washington, now has gone to the Jets. We put a claim in for him. Mathis is basically a slightly smaller version of Broderick Martin. So the fact we were still looking for another guy in that position doesn't really look good for him. But hopefully, with an off season under his belt, hopefully not getting injured in the preseason like he did this year, we might be able to see something out of him, because he does have all the tools to be a great nose tackle. But it just hasn't happened this season, unfortunately. But yeah, for the rest, it's basically just what we all expected. McKivitz going for the Niners, it's good news for them, because that was the other bit I highlighted in the preview, looking at their matchup, because it would have been Austin Pleasant, who's played 10 career snaps in the NFL. And I was really looking forward to that because obviously the guy who lines up on their side, that side is Josh, who is also someone who needs a kind of not bounce back game, but sort of breakout game in a way. And I was really hoping for it with him going up against Pleasance. But with McKivitz, slightly better with a tackle, bit better pass protector. So, doesn't look good for Josh's long-term prospects either. But for the most part, to be expected from both teams. We knew it kind of yesterday. Most of these guys would be inactive, so not really too much shocking news.
All right, let's get into the starting lineups. And we actually just had a message from Wizard of War saying 73 is limping. That is Christian Mahogany, which is an interesting development because we have learned recently that on the Lions offense...
He's not. Supposedly it should have been a question mark. He was asking if he was starting, so thank God. He's in the graphic. Oh no, we actually did mess up the graphic. Oh no.
What, he's not starting?
It's not starting. It was a question, not a statement. He forgot the question mark.
Okay.
So
all right.
It is Glasgow.
It's Glasgow. Okay, the graphic is wrong. It's not Mahogany, it's Glasgow. Apologies. But there's your Lions starting offense, except for that. So Goff, Gibson, Brown, Williams, Patrick, Laporta, Decker, Glasgow, Ragnow, Zeitler, and Sewell. I will change our graphic in a minute so we don't have that. Then on the defense for the Lions, I've just updated it, which is good because we had a player no longer on the team in my graphic before. So, whoops. Starting four on the D-line of Onzarike, Pascal, Reeder, and Smith. Linebackers, Campbell and Neiman. Nickel's going to be Branch. Outside corners, Robertson and Arnold. Safeties, Melifonru and Joseph for the 49ers. We have the offense of Purdy, Garendo, Samuel, Pearsall, and Jennings. Kittle, tight end, Heck, Zach Helge, Brendel even, Pooney, and McKivitz. Why hasn't the Lions' defensive formation gone away? There we go. And then for the 49ers defense, defensive line of Bosa, Collins, Elliott, and Floyd. Linebackers, D. Winters and Fred Warner. Nickel, Demador Lenore. Outside corners, Yadam and Green. Yadam in place of Charvarius Ward. And then safeties, Hufanga, who might be playing his last start at Levi's Stadium with the 49ers today, alongside Malik Mustafa. They also have Jair Brown behind them, who's also a very, very good safety in his own right. Ash, for the deep 49ers team, all told, and they've been hit by the injury bug in key positions for most of the season. The main coverage was talking about this before. Do you have any... We were talking about it in the preview. Do you have any questions with them being potentially... Maybe not contenders, but let's kind of come down from that and say any concerns about them getting to the playoffs next year.
Obviously, yes. This is historically a good team. I know. Obviously, I said in the preview that I could see the wheels falling off and potentially Shanahan leaving and all this. But obviously, that is like the sort of extreme end of the scale. Like it could happen. I give it like a 10-15% scale of happening. They're making the playoffs next season is entirely possible. The guys that have kind of been out injured for them this season, so Trent Williams, for instance, Dre Greenlaw, those kind of guys, and just having a good off season, adding some areas where they need to, so getting some consistency at receiver, working out what they're doing with Brandon Ayuk and Debo, because having them both there is a bit of an issue. Debo obviously having a bit of down form as well. They could easily turn around next year and win that division for sure. But yeah, they could also, as I said on the preview, it could all come apart. Trent Williams could retire this off season. Of some of these players that are injured, not come back right, like it's happened with some of our players, they might have a bad off season where they just can't add the right kind of pieces they need to get better. And yeah, they could have to go into a rebuild. Shanahan, who is a really good head coach. I'm not going to say he's like top 5 in the league, but he is a damn good offensive play caller. He would be happily taken by most teams in the NFL, I guess. He could easily say, I'm not in a position where I want to go through a real build. I think I can lead a team to a Super Bowl, as he has done with the Niners over his tenure there. He could walk away, but I give it more credence to them getting back into the playoffs next season, just because of one, how historically good they've been, but also number 2, how weak the NFC now seems. Like you've got us, Philadelphia, And that's about it in terms of teams that I would say consistently would be top of the NFC. Like that, their own division's very murky, where all four teams arguably could win it next year. The East, okay, Cowboys might bounce back next year and be better, but the Commanders look like they might be sticking around with how good Jaden Daniels is. And then with the South, well, they're a clusterfuck. They're the opposite of the NFC West in terms of everyone can win that division, not because they're good, but because they're also bad. So I could easily see the Niners winning their division or getting in as a wild card next season for sure, which is scary because, there's that stat that currently the 49ers have the longest winning streak against home against any team in the league, and that team happens to be us.
Fair enough. Interesting stat there. Many thanks to Big Areas 70 on Twitch subscribing at tier 1 for his 36th month. 3 damn years. Thank you, man. Says, wow, I've had this a while. Let's get 36 more months. Let's go, Lions. Hell yeah. And Wizard of War says, time to end another streak. The Lions have made a habit of that this 100%. Season so far. We are just a couple of minutes away from the kickoff, so I am going to cycle through some of the starting lineups as we get through this. Guys in the chat, let's see some of your score predictions. I myself have the Lions winning by 2 scores. We'll see whether that comes through. I have actually put money on the Lions winning by 13 or more, so that would be fun if it could come in alongside other things, of course. I have now changed Graham Glasgow to be in the starting lineup, which is obviously useful. But anyway,
yeah.
In terms of how this game goes, I do think that the 49ers, some of their players don't mail it in. Absolutely not. Some of them are totally committed to the cause, and I respect the hell out of that. But I do think as a whole, the team is mailing it in just a little bit. They're ready for the off-season. They want to get this season done. I think part of them is actually going to feel like, you know what, maybe we need to get that slightly higher draft pick. I don't think this is going to be a 49ers team that played quite as... Why is Kindle Vildor on that? Apologies. I thought I got that right on the starters for the defense. Never mind. La da 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 da. I got it right on the formation, but not on the starters list. Never mind. I'll change that. I do think that the Lions could have it better, frankly, than we did have it in the NFC Championship game last season. And it is, of course, a chance to put that monkey off our back by doing this. Oh, according to Contrapastan in our Discord channel, mic'd up for the Lions today is Zadarius Smith.
Oh yeah, and did you hear what he said?
No.
Don't be scared now, motherfuckers. Which I think that is such a good soundbite, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if we win, there's our title for tomorrow sorted. We don't have to worry about us making a shitty pun. We can just insert that.
Don't be scared, motherfuckers.
Yeah. You're literally you've already made the document. You're literally putting it in now, aren't you? Fair play. Fair play.
Big Air is just as someone needs to supervise Matthew on these graphics. I do love these as an addition. Very sharp. I think they look great. My problem is I focus entirely on our opponents rather than on us. So, you know, it's just one of those things that I should really go through with a bit more of a fine-tooth comb than I have done in the past. Let's update the Lions' defensive starters, shall we? Because that's embarrassing.
I mean, it's our first year using them as well. We will get better, obviously, using them and such. So, like, for first year, I think we've done really well at it, to be honest. But Ronaldo, right. How I miss you, Ronaldo.
Oh, In the Air Tonight as the lead-off song for this is just so fucking good, man.
I love that song.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Yeah, I definitely can't sing, but I'm enthusiastic. Changing the starting lineup. Right, so we're going to have Ife Melifonwu coming in, aren't we?
Yeah, Ife Melifonwu at safety, Branch in the slot.
That's number 5? No, Monty's 5. What's Ife? 6. Ife's 6.
Same difference.
Hey!
JK.
Right, that's...
Come on, you know, it's me. I'm an eternal troll. It's especially to you guys.
Yes, you are. Oh, I can't wait to get back out to Detroit, man. I was
Oh,
talking with
same.
Sarah about like what our future plans are and getting out there, and I'm trying to get out there for Thanksgiving.
Oh,
That's my plan.
would you catch a again? Would you catch another like basketball or hockey game or whatever if they're going on at the same
I'm
time?
gonna try.
Nice. I'm jealous. I want to get back for a Tigers game properly because I know the one we went to wasn't exactly a great atmosphere.
No one believed in the Tigers at the time. That is
Yeah.
certainly true. All right, what do we have here? Miss Harley Quinn's in the chat saying, "Let's go! This Boston girl gets the Lions game tonight. Finally, hyper for thoughts in the building." Says Dan still looks like he could pad up and play a few snaps. Maybe Barry could help too. Dan still looks like he's definitely in the shape where if you need him to take a couple of reps, he would do that for sure.
Yeah.
Big Airy says you need a little teasing from the peanut gallery. Hell yeah, man! Give it to me. Come on. And SW Line says after what the team has been through, the last thing they should be is scared. They don't have to be scared. I'm scared about next week, frankly.
I think the whole "don't be scared now, motherfuckers" was more to the Niners, but we'll take it. As I get my first can of the day.
Yeah. Of course, as the kickoff is now away by Jake Bates.
Yep.
And short is going to be returned from the 4-yard line by Deebo Samuel, coming forward at the 30, 35, and down at the 38-yard line. Tackled, not sure who by actually there, but never mind. They're going to start.
It was by JRM and Ezekiel Turner, supposedly. It was a joint tackle.
So the 49ers start off tonight.
Yeah.
This game does matter. It's not a huge difference, but a Lions victory here does mean that the Lions, if they tie next week, will be the 1 seed. Whereas a Lions loss here means a tie next week will mean the 5 seed. So this does matter, but not a huge amount, as the 49ers start off with a toss to the right-hand side for Deebo Samuel starting running back, and a 3-yard gain for 2nd and 4 going off right tackle, Ash.
Yeah, good little tackle by Branch there. Just to clarify, what happened with the toss was we won and we deferred, so we'll be getting the second half kickoff, which is why we're defense first. But yeah, good little tackle from Branch there. Interested in, again, Deebo as their starting running back with Guerendo active. I do, as we all know, I did like Isaac Guerendo in the draft process out of Louisville because I have a soft spot for all ACC products.
Here comes Purdy in shotgun, fakes to the right-hand side, lots of space over the middle to Chris Conley over to the 45-yard line of Detroit for a first down. Not a great start for the Lions, and a nice little head fake and actual pump fake by Brock Purdy with a quick out to the right-hand side and then came back over the middle. I am, of course, because it is 1:20 a.m. in the morning, operating on a I've got to be quiet mentality, so please bear with me if my celebrations are more physical than verbal, but there we go. Here goes them again. Handoff from shotgun and a good tackle up front. They do fall forward, but that's Levi Onwuzurike on the tackle for a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5. 2nd and 6, correction.
Interesting.
3 good plays to start off for the 49ers, Ash.
Yeah, just exploiting that sort of weakness between the linebackers and safeties there on that pass and then just running the ball. It's going to happen all, as I pointed out in the preview, their offensive line right now is very much skewed towards run blocking, so expect a heavy dose of the run.
Purdy under centre this time, and fake handoff, and it's an end around, and the Lions look like they've gone ahead of it a little bit. Oh, he managed to get through, did Samuel. Good tackle in the end by Trevor Nowaski and Kirby Joseph, but it is another first down. I thought that had been read really well by Amik Robertson on the outside, but couldn't get there.
But I believe, Juwan Jennings just sort of keeps shepherding and then switches him off to Juszczyk. It's really good run blocking from him and obviously, well, both of them. Good to do Nowaski to sort of get off the block from Jennings as well. Sort of get free to make the tackle.
And a fake handoff again, and Purdy throwing over the middle. That one looked like it was tipped, but a good throw to Kittle, and he is down at the 14-yard line for another first down.
It's fine. Scripted plays. They're scripted. They're designed to be like this.
Just reading. Jack Campbell came down on the run and got
Yeah.
beaten over the top slightly by George Kittle.
Yeah.
Pat O'Connor sighting on the D-line, and Nowaski playing a lot more at that linebacker role than expected so far. 1st and 10 at the 14. Purdy in shotgun. And handoff, and it's going to be a reverse, is it? It is going to be a reverse. Looked like it was almost a Philly, but didn't quite happen that way. Oh, and he jumps straight into the defender, which is Kirby Joseph. That's Ricky Pearsall on the reverse end around. And 4-yard gain, 2nd down and 6. Again, well defended by the Lions in the sort of trickery. It doesn't quite get all the yards they want them to get. And actually, that was almost fumbled back there. The handoff to Pearsall was not great.
And good pursuit by Reader as well for a big Donny, for him to sort of still keep there with Pearsall for as long as he did.
He forced him out wide, didn't he, instead of coming downhill quickly. 2nd down and 6 now at the 10.5-yard line. Purdy under center. Blockers on the left, and they do run left. And Kirby's coming down, and they do only get 5 yards, and it's going to be the first 3rd down of the game. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Can the Lions make a stop here in the key position? Mike D. Barker is in the chat, says, hey guys, Tapo is in here too, made it here better late than ever, had some nightmare issues with the 5-year-old. But you're here, Tapo, and that's what counts. TJ's linebackers are looking weak. They are struggling a little bit up front. 3rd and 2. Graphics says 3rd and 1, but I'm pretty sure where the ball was spotted was 2. It's 1.5. Well. And they do go for a sneak, and Purdy is short. Purdy is short. He gets himself 1 yard, and it's going to be 4th and inches.
So I was going to say, well, you all should be glad they ran the play there, because I was going to insert my standard. There's Kirby's improvement since his rookie year, triggering on the run really well. Oh, they're staying out.
Yeah, of course they are. Running it on 3rd and 2. They're staying out there. 4th and inches. How can Detroit defend this? Can they defend it? Are they going to go to the air? Big play to action. Big start here for the Lions.
I promise I haven't seen him. I'm just guessing here, play action.
Sneak again, and he does get it. Got 1 yard on 4th and a half yard, and it's 1st down and goal from the 2. They got the push up front this time.
Just bounces off O'Connor.
Yeah. It's a shame because the Lions player went over the top of him instead of hitting him. 1st down and goal, sorry, at 3. 9:13 to go in this first quarter. So can the Lions stand up in the and goal situation? 3.5 yards to go. Purdy in shotgun. Hands this one off, run up the middle. And really good arm in there by DJ Reader. Holds up Isaac Garendo for no gain. 2nd down and goal. And there's fighting. There's fighting and there's a flag.
Love it.
Terry and Arnold getting into it with a receiver. Who's this going to be on? Juwan Jennings, maybe? Let's have a look. Jennings blocks him all the way past the end zone.
And still blocking. Terrion for a punch there and then jerk.
I think he slapped him. Let's see. I'm very interested to see where this goes. Oh man, he could get ejected for that.
Yeah, that's the scare. That's why I'm going on Kirby. It's always the second guy that will get the flag, not the first. Like, I know it's a high pressure situation in terms of wanting revenge in that, but you've got to keep your head.
Let's see, the call's coming up now. Offsetting penalties on both teams called on Juwan Jennings, on Arnold, and on Kirby Joseph.
Yeah. The good news there is they forgot announced like, oh yeah, this is the first towards an ejection. That was the scary thing for me because
I mean, Kirby didn't have any sort of professional foul there. It was just unnecessarily rough. It's Arnold we were worried about for that. Of course, Kirby coming in and jumping in and having a flag called on him costs the Lions 15 yards in an and goal situation, which is unfortunate, but never mind. 2nd and 3, 3.5 from the and goal situation. Purdy runs out left, is looking for the one-on-one, throws, caught, and short. I thought this was in for Ricky Pearsall, but I don't know. It's 3rd down and goal from the half-yard line.
Branch did a really good job there of sort of using his body to
That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. Absolutely. He's a half a yard. Oh, maybe he bobbled it. He might have bobbled it out of bounds.
So for me, look, so the ball, when his foot touched down, is not across the plane. So that's not a touchdown for me. Look, see? And yeah, ball is not across the plane when his foot touches down. So it's 3rd in literal inches on the goal line.
I think that should be incomplete.
Watching
that back, I think they're going to change a call to a touchdown here. Touchdown 49ers.
Fuck off.
I think this should be incomplete on review. Because I think he bobbles it going to the ground. He goes to the ground and does not quite complete the process of the catch whilst he's out of bounds.
See, because we're watching again. Look, it's from when his foot touches down. So the ball is not across his plane.
So it doesn't matter. You don't have to have 2 feet down for forward progress. You just have to have control of the ball. The ball doesn't move during the process of the catch when he's still up. So the forward progress is half a yard deep. But then when he's going to the ground, because he is going to ground in the scheme of it, the ball then is slightly bobbled out of bounds. So I think that should be incomplete. But it isn't incomplete. They have already approved it, and it is going to be a 49er touchdown. PAT is up, and it's good. That feels a bit of a harsh call for the Lions, but we go.
100%.
Yeah, forward progress doesn't require 2 feet. It's just where you don't have the ball moving. Not an ideal start for us.
Yeah. I mean, as I say, scripted plays, though, like...
I am slightly frustrated that it's that particular player scoring a touchdown, but never mind.
Because he's not one of the ones you've got on your bet.
That is correct, but never mind. That doesn't really matter. Big first drive for them. SW line back in the up 10, doesn't matter who caught the ball beyond the goal line. Freeland says he did not have control. So 2 things are true here. He had control of the ball when catching it beyond the goal line. The ball doesn't really move from his control in terms of where he's pinned it on his body. But then when he's going to ground, the ball moves. And I'm not sure whether you would deem it as having lost control or not. I don't think that means he had full control when going to the ground. So we'll see. Jonathan Foster says Terrion got full on Michael Oward. I have no idea what that one is there, but whatever. Big Airy says Arnold did the slap, but referee had his back turned.
Yeah, so Arnold did not get called for a penalty on that.
He'll get fined.
He'll get fined for sure.
Okay. That is not an ideal start.
Mm-hmm.
Free Climb says NFL will do best to have Detroit not get the 1 seed, just like they robbed them of it last year. Expect no favours from the rest tonight or next week. I mean, frankly, tonight doesn't matter though, does it really, for the 1 seeds? Massively. We said about the fact that it flips the result if a tie happens, but the prospect of a tie happening is probably about 2%. Like, it really doesn't change the what matters about this. And I actually think that the NFL would love the Lions to get the 1 seed, because I think that they would be able to bill it as this great redemption story. And if you right now are one of the worst teams in the NFL, just look what can happen to you. I think they could sell that story so hard. I think it's in the NFL's interest for the Lions to be the 1 seed. So I'm not buying any sort of agenda against us. If we don't get it, it's on us. SW says the likelihood of a tie is next to 0. So I do think that's true of a random game. I do think the Lions and Vikings are particularly well matched. And I do also think in some ways they cancel each other out quite well. It wouldn't surprise me if the game goes to overtime. And with it being a Week 18 game, for the 1 seed. Whoever has the advantage of having a tie being in their favour means they might play overtime differently. It makes the likelihood of a tie greater if the game goes to overtime, because a team can be fairly conservative and rely on the fact that, it depends how the game goes, obviously. Anyway, the kickoff is away and recovered at the 8-yard line and returned by Tom Kennedy, tackled and down at the 35-yard line. Good return by the Lions, and here comes Jared Goff. Choco Brisket Ball says you don't need 2 feet down in the end zone. No, you just need the ball received past the line of to game. That's all you need. That is the rule that has been existing in all forms of football forever. Quick snap.
Tell Calvin Johnson that then.
You need 2 feet down inbounds for the catch to count. But where the ball is spotted is based on where the ball was in control. And how else could the rule be any different? If you caught a man in midair and didn't let his feet touch the ground, you could chuck him out of bounds 50 yards downfield and you'd get 50 yards net. Well, that doesn't make sense. When you're thinking about rules and how they work, you've got to take it to its extreme and then say, does that still make sense? Here come the Lions then on 2nd down and 7, and a handoff up the middle to Gibbs. Nice little shake there, and he managed to get himself about 6 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 1.5. Grandizer says, let's go Lions offense. Come on, guys. Chocobo Briscoe says, but his forward momentum brought him out of the end zone. He was contacted by a Lions player half a yard into the end zone. That's where your forward progress stops. It's not about your momentum. If you're contacted by a defender, that's where your forward progress ends. Handed off in shotgun to Gibbs, and he gets himself a 1st down. Can't bounce it outside. Tim Patrick couldn't crash down to make that block. Lions get 4 yards and a 1st down. I'm enjoying another one of these lovely cans, by the way.
I'm on the Star Plumman again.
I
got that, and I've got the sours for when things get if things get difficult.
1st and 10 for the Lions at the 49-yard line of the Lions. Brock Wright sighting, and Jared Goff stretch play to Gibbs. Run outside. Can he beat the last man? He might be able to. Oh, good tackle. Good pursuit by number 29 of San Francisco. Jameer Gibbs with a big one.
On Hafanga, I think that was.
Talanoa Hofanga.
Yeah.
21-yard gain for Jameer Gibbs. Great run. Up to about the 30-yard line then. That would make it for Detroit.
Love the block from Sammy there.
Maybe the 35-yard line there. No, it's the 30. All right. Goff in shotgun this time. 3 receivers to the right. Sam LaPorte comes in motion, then comes back the other way. Oh, and it's a little weird motion to Allen Robinson, who keeps his feet. Oh, it's Jamo, and he goes down. And then gets contacted late in the head. Not hard, but you don't have to touch him down if he slides. That's just weird. I hate that. Loss of 5 on the play. Nice that he tried it. Craig Reynolds in the backfield there. Oh, missed block by... Or maybe Frank didn't get out there quick enough, but...
Yeah.
2nd and 15. At the 35-yard line. Still in field goal range.
That is such a weird position from Bosa there. Jesus Christ.
Check down to Craig Reynolds. Flag flies. Reynolds gets 15, 20 down to the 10-yard line, but this one's probably coming back.
I don't think so. I don't think it's coming back.
It's deep illegal contact.
So it's not coming back. Yes.
Come on. 1st down Detroit. 1st down and goal at the 10-yard line. What a play. The check down to Craig Reynolds, and it looks like it's in a bound spot. You might get a TFL. Yeah. But he beats the defender, and there's no one behind him. Let's see this again. Little wheel route. Or not really wheel route, just a sort of emergency valve.
So, yeah, a little flat route that he turns into a wheel with his stuff.
Really good stuff.
Come on. Mahogany and Skipper both in as extra blockers.
And then Patrick in as well. And Jamar Jefferson is the running back.
I like this, using sort of the rotation more.
1st down and goal and 9. heavy on the right-hand side. Now to the left-hand side.
Left. I'd run it to the opposite side of where the condensed is.
Skipper has reported, then, given where he's lining up.
Oh, do it.
Goff. Oh, it's a handoff to Jefferson running up the middle, and he's 1 yard short. Jermar Jefferson so close. 2nd down and goal from the 1 yard line. I thought we were getting a Jermar Jefferson touchdown, man.
Same. And your favourite 49ers linebacker getting into it with Skip at the end of the play?
Who's my favourite 49ers linebacker?
The one who should be in Bridgerton.
The one who should be in what?
Bridgerton.
Oh, yes. Yes. He definitely sounds like an English gentleman.
Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles.
2nd down and goal to the 1 in shotgun.
Fullback.
Goff hands it off again to Jefferson, who can't bounce outside. Loss of 1 on the play. It's 3rd down and goal from the 2 yard line now.
Great play by Warner there.
Okay, pass this ball. Come on.
Yes. Play action. I'd say play action. I'm always a fan of the play action.
Oh, Sam Laporta had ruined his guy on the left-hand side. Goff could have walked in. God damn, right. Gibbs comes back in. What a weird position for Gibbs here. Offset to the right-hand side in the backfield for Jared Goff. Goff has Jamo in motion and now comes back the other way.
Oh my God, yes. Go on, Jamo. Go on, Jamo. Love
it. Yes.
We know what a touchdown means. We know what a touchdown means. Yes, they do.
Oh,
I'm sorry it's green. I'm sorry it's green, but I'm too much of a sucker for an apple-flavoured thing to care.
Come on. Laporta with another block here, I think.
Yeah.
Laporta blocks 2 men. Laporta blocks 2 men, and he ruined a person on the previous block. He, as a blocker, has come on so much. It's really impressive. Here comes a PAT.
Interesting formation from them. Blocked. It's blocked.
Oh, what an arm up there. And now Fred Warner to return, but tackled really well by the Lions. 7-6. Bit of a low kick and just gets his paw up there. Let's have a look at this again. Oh, he ruins the long snapper.
That's a man.
We've seen that a few times recently in the NFL where extra points are getting blocked because you're not allowed to contact the long snapper when he's got his head down.
Yeah.
But as soon as his head comes up, you're allowed to hit him, and it's about timing when that head comes up. If you can time when the head comes up to hit him and then get your paw up, that causes a lot of blocked field goals because inevitably the long snapper is right ahead of where you want the field goals to go. I am surprised with these chip shots that more kickers don't try and get loft on that ball instead of just drilling it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, 7-6 ball game. Lions do respond with a touchdown of their own, and it's been a good game so far, Ash, mate.
Yeah, it really has. Just oh, no wonder I recognised it.
What?
So the play with Mahogany and Skipping, it was a swinging gate play.
I don't know what that means.
So infamously, it was one of the few touchdowns FSU scored in that Ireland game. It's where you imagine your normal offensive lines on one side of a gate. You then have at least two extra blockers as another part of a gate, and you swing the gate open with the motion, and you run for it.
Right, fair enough.
So I was like, I've watched, and then someone tweeted, and then Al from Pride of Detroit tweeted out this swinging gate. I was like, yeah, of course it is. But anyway, 49ers doing a damnedest that Bates doesn't break the points record.
Yep. Yep, that's true. All right. I'm going to have a look at my bet because I can't remember how I've done. Goff hasn't really done much throwing the ball as yet.
2 of 2 for 29 yards.
But otherwise, I've got... Oh, I didn't put JMO in my bet. I was thinking about it. God damn it. Right. That's not going to happen now, I don't think. Especially because we're a point behind and I thought we win by 13 or more. But anyway, we've got the kickoff coming now.
That works for you then. Just need to win by 2 touchdowns. And anybody missed extra point, that's 13 points. You're sorted.
I still need the right players to score. Brian Three Cushions in the chat saying, hi guys, hello to you. Rich Baldwin says AG needs to figure out something to get his defense back in the game. I think he's doing the best he can with what he has. And it pains me to say that, but I don't think there is getting back into it with this defense. It is managing the pain. With this defense, it has a headache, and instead of trying to relieve the symptoms, relieve the cause, they're relieving the symptoms. They're taking paracetamol as opposed to drinking water. And it's tough. They're showing all of the defensive injuries at the moment. How do you overcome that? Like, against some of the better offenses, it's really tough.
Mm-hmm.
Sleeper's optional says Dan will go for 2 at some point if he has to. I mean, 100% he will, but Freeland says it better be in the 4th, and it's a good point. I do think, actually, that Dan is a bit more smart with 2-point tries than he is with 4th down calls sometimes, but that's another thing. Mm-hmm. Or, indeed, onside kick attempts. But anyway, Purdy under centre at the 30-yard line, and it's a play-action play coming to the right-hand side, and really well done by Al-Qadim Mohammed. He draws a Oh, Purdy is hammered. There's going to be a flag on here for a hold on Al-Qadim Mohammed as he tries to release, I think. But do we accept it? Oh, it's against Detroit.
Yeah, they're saying that he held.
What?
I am confusion.
Wipes out a hold. I guess he's being... Yeah, he is being held. Yeah. Yeah, he's right. They're right. Oh, that's so frustrating. And you know what? It did blow the play up because he is the kind of design on that play. So,
yeah.
1st down and 10 at the 35 then after the 5-yard gain. Purdy under centre. And tossed to the left. Really well read by the Lions and hammered. It's a gain of 1. Well done by Jack Campbell. So, I don't know if you saw it there, but when the offensive lineman went in motion, a man came down for the Lions on the left-hand side of the line, and then they exploded upfield knowing that run was coming.
Yeah,
so they read it really well.
Yeah, when you watch it back, watch linebackers about as soon as the motion happens, like all the linebackers sort of shift across.
Mm. And that's one of the ways in which this Lions defense plays greater than some of its parts. It's just exceptionally well coached. 2nd down and 9. Purdy in pistol and looking to check it down to the right-hand side. And it's been really well read again, but he's missed the tackle. Branch comes down to make the hit, but instead of it being potentially a loss, it's a gain of 5, and it's going to be 3rd down and 4. But still a chance for the Lions to get off the field here, but open field tackles being missed there. Not great for the Lions.
Yeah, 100%.
Garendo checks back out of the game. 3rd and 4. Lions defense already come into play. I know that they've suffered on that first drive, but they are reading the game well. Apart from that one Jack Campbell one on the RPO.
Yeah.
2 minutes to go in this first quarter. Parcel in motion to the left-hand side. Purdy to throw with timing. And Parcel, was that caught? They're saying yes, but he bobbled it. Did he manage to get 2 feet down with control is the question. One hand, no feet yet. It's control there. And I don't think he got the 2nd foot down.
That's fair. Do you challenge?
I don't know whether it's going to count from when he had control. So the control is... So he drags the feet, but does he drag the feet when he's got control? Yes, he does. That's a catch.
Yeah.
1st down and 10 at the 45. Great throw. Good catch. Purdy hands it off to Garendo, running. Oh, and he's got free. Hit by the safety. Gain of 11. Oh, Kirby tried to rip it out. Actually, the tackle was by Terrian Arnold there initially. 1st down and 10 again after a gain of 11. Freeland says not a catch. TJ said Arnold miffed that one. Ugh. I don't know. I think it is a catch eventually. Dragged the feet at the right time when he gained control.
Yeah.
I initially didn't think so because I think that 2nd foot raised before, but I was wrong. Got to expect this against San Francisco. They are... The offensive design is very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
34-yard line of Detroit. In shotgun. And fake toss to the right-hand side. Throws it over to Kittle to the 20. To the 15, down at the 13-yard line after the tackle by TA, 1st and 10. SW Lions says San Francisco moved the ball this easily ahead to think what's going to happen against the Vikings. This is why I think the Vikings game is going to be exceptionally close, because Goff against Flores, Goff has beaten the arse off Flores recently, but then the Vikings are going to do this to us on defense too. So
here's the thing: there's one factor that will hopefully make fuck's sake.
The play's going to continue. Oh, what a pass breakup by Kirby Joseph!
Great play recognition by Kirby there. To my point, there's one factor that will make the Vikings game different. One person. There's one person will make that game different.
Sorry, can you say that again?
There's one factor, one person who will make that Vikings game different, in my opinion. Anzalone.
If he plays. But anyway, they called encroachment on Reader, and encroachment means the player's dead, so Kirby made the PBU, but it wasn't necessary anyway. 6 seconds to go, 1st and 5. I don't know if it's a running clock. It is a running clock. It's going to be the end of the quarter unless they get a playoff. No, that's the end of the first quarter. I don't have any stats up.
So I will say a fun stat for you. J-Mo, because you're probably going to, because obviously he's not going to be on next, not a leading rusher. J-Mo's having one of those stat lines rushing. He's got 2 carries for -2 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah. I'm not going to have, I am going to have J-Mo as the person, but...
Damn it, because I thought he was going to put Gibbs in there with his 3 carries for 32 yards, because he's the leading rusher, technically.
Yeah, but he's the leading wide receiver. I know Craig Reynolds is the one, but I'm not going to put Reynolds in, because long term it won't be him. I wouldn't have thought. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Right, here's the stats at the end of the first quarter. San Francisco leads 7-6, Purdy perfect, 6-6 for 73 and a touchdown. Guerrero leads the team in rushing, 4 carries for 16 yards, and George Kittle 2 of 2 for 38, the touchdown by Ricky Pearsall 2 of 2 for 17. The Lions 2 of 2 for 29 for Jared Goff on the ground, Gibbs 3 for 32. And then in Jameson Williams, I have someone for 2 for -2 and a touchdown on the ground, and 1 of 1 for 3 through the air. Ash, it's been a quarterback of offense so far in this first quarter. San Francisco struggled to stop us, and in turn we, in a set of 3 downs, have struggled to stop them. We've put them in 3rd down situations. They've converted every time so far.
Yeah, it's just been one of them games like neither QB has an incompletion yet. Really?
Actually, I'm wrong, by the way. We did stop them on 3rd down, but they went for it on 4th and short and got it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course they did, yeah. But also to prove, that we shouldn't be too worried because our offense will help. With that rushing, with Jameis rushing touchdown, 25th it became our 25th for the season. We are the 2nd team in NFL history with 35 passing touchdowns and 25 rushing touchdowns in a season, joining the 2000 Rams. You know, that one that's seen as very, very good.
The greatest show on turf.
Exactly.
Free Climb says, do we get anyone back for Minute Home? Potentially Anzalone, but I think it might be a bit early, to be honest.
Anzalone and Leaf.
Sleepers Option said, are we ever going to see Mosley? Probably on your special teams at the moment, I think. Dan Lyons says, howdy boys, let's go Lions. Yes, Dan, let's go. And Shank7Irons says, morning, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. It is New Year's Eve, of course, over here. 1st down and 5. At the 9-yard line, Purdy takes a snap in I formation, and it's a fake. And Purdy dumps it off to Juszczyk, who is touchdown.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be short, but he does get in. I swear the 49ers are just happy to ruin my bet. Simulan says, this is reminiscent of the Bills game. I mean, I see what you mean on defense. On offense, I don't agree. That's a touchdown. On offense, I don't agree because we scored a touchdown already, whereas we didn't in the first 3 drives against the Bills. So as long as we can go toe-to-toe with them, this is going to be more of a shootout. The Bills wasn't a shootout. The Bills was, we were massively behind and we brought it back late.
Yeah.
Like the Bills did against the Rams in the previous game. Tommy Millwall in the chat saying, "Come on, you Lions." You are a fan of both of Lions teams that I can think of. It's not been a great start so far, Tommy, but we live in faith with this team.
Yeah.
14:53 to go in this first half. PAT for the 49ers. High snap, but really well held. And it is good for Moody. 14-6 ball game.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that the Lions will have people saying that the defense hasn't been very good. And yet I think the fact that we've put them in third down quite a few times, that when you see them reading the plays, you think about the 49ers and the fact that they are known for being people who have all this misdirection. They're going to make you look silly at some points when you're misreading things. So the majority of the time, the Lions defense are actually reading these plays really well, and it's some of their individual mistakes, a little bit of missed tackles. So missed tackle out in space to make it 3rd and long. I said it was 3rd and 4. But the linebackers are all in sync in terms of reading the plays that happen. That TFL that could have been actually ended up being a 1-yard gain. But the Jack Campbell tackle, it all looked like everything was in sync there. I'm kind of encouraged a little bit. Like, that the end arounds are going to come, that you're going to put a wide receiver in the backfield and run him and all that sort of stuff. And they've not had any, big plays. Their biggest play so far is 20 yards. Ours is 21 with the Gibbs, 26 with the Reynolds, and then 21. So we've got 2 longer plays than they have. I don't know. This doesn't feel awful to me.
It's not exactly awful. It's just, as you say, it's been what the team will class as MAs, Mr. Simons. It's just there has been a load of them. So, we've been close on a load of plays, but we're not executing 100%, which is notable. And it's one particular area. Okay, actually technically 2 with the D line, with a couple of penalties we've got from the veterans, but it's mostly linebackers. But we knew that coming into the game. For me, the secondary is doing pretty damn good. The only one mess up I've really seen is not even a mess up. It's just a really good route from Parcel. Second's been good. Defensive line's been good aside from the 2 penalties. It's been the linebacker core. We all knew that coming in, that it was going to be like this.
I've barely seen Ben Neiman so far. It's been a lot of Nowaski, which hurts me. I think Neiman has been in for a few reps, but I haven't really seen him.
PFF isn't fully up to date with it, but according to them, Neiman has been on for 6 snaps, which is 12th on the team. Pittman's been in for 2. But again, it's not fully up to date because DJ Reader is currently our highest graded guy, and it doesn't have his penalty on there. So,
just to say for Tom V, he said you better hope the Lions are only given 75 to 90% effort. Either way, the priority is to avoid injuries for next week. That is it. There's no way the Lions are giving less than 100%. It's not the way they're built. They're going to be giving absolutely 100%. Obviously, the priority, hopefully, is to not get any injuries, but you can't play to avoid injury. In fact, the way that professional sports goes, especially something like this, if you're playing to try and avoid injury, you might actually cause injury.
There's a flag on the kickoff.
It's going to be on them, I think.
Nope. Some Maurice.
All right, whatever. Rich said you can't perform at less than 100%. Yeah, I really don't think it's not possible. And also, you win today to try and clinch the tie clinching scenario next week. Goff, under center, play action, checks it down to the tight end. Good tackle by Demodor. No, by Malik Mustafa for a 1-yard gain. 2nd down and 9.
As I said in the preview, he is one of the best tackling safeties in the league this year. And he was coming out. He was so good. That's why I was a bit shocked he fell.
Yeah. 2nd down and 9. Lions do need to go toe-to-toe with San Francisco. No missteps here. You need to get some good plays in. Here goes a run up the middle by Gibbs for a gain of 5. It's going to be 3rd and 4. Might expect another run here.
Potentially, yeah. I don't know. Next time, I don't know if you noticed it. Next time he does it, you'll probably notice it. The way the Nick Bosa lines up on the line is very weird.
I'll have a look. Third and 4. Goff isn't empty. Lots of time to throw. Checks it down. What a catch! What a throw and what a catch by Sam Laporte. A 7-yard gain. Yes. First down Detroit. That was the tightest of tight windows. Goff was just dancing around a little bit back there. Threw it just in time before getting hit. Really good. And Sewell eventually was the one who probably gives up the quarterback hit. But you're asking him to block for about 4 seconds. It's a bit harsh.
Against Nick Bosa.
First down and 10 at the 38-yard line. And
look, he's doing it again. This weird cheetah stance into a normal stance.
Little toss play to the right-hand side for Gibbs and checks it back inside. Really good run by Gibbs. And a gain of 7 for 2nd down and 3. This offensive line, just so impressive.
100%, yeah. Like as we said in the preview, I know they got Nick Bosa, but everyone else on there is meh. Like, we'll probably take them on ours because right now we need a few defensive line reinforcements. But like, Yetur Gross-Matos is basically Josh Pascal.
A sighting for Brock Wright in at fullback. Goff runs it to Gibbs. Plenty of room. Can J-Mo get the block? Oh. And Hufanga is the person who eventually gets the tackle. That's about a 16-yard gain for Jahmyr Gibbs. It was 16. And a first down. Lovely blocking by Brock Wright here as the lead blocker. There's a big gap between left tackle and left guard there, which was interesting. And then Sewell couldn't make his tackle. And neither could J-Mo, but it didn't matter.
J-Mo, I think, was just... I think he was hesitating because he didn't want to get called for like a hold or something. Imagine if he goes early and then the guy tries to disengage, you could get for a hold. So fair play to him. I get what he was doing.
Goff in shotgun at the 40-yard line. 2-step drop. Has to get rid of it. Has to step up in the pocket. Check it down to Sam Laporte. There's a flag on the play as Laporte gets hammered. This one could be coming back. Holding on. Penei Sewell. Not his first this season. Oh, that's less of a hold and more of a choke hold.
I think it's more what he was doing.
Oh, D. Winters with a big helmet-to-helmet contact. How is that not a flag? That's a flag.
Exactly, yeah.
Anyway, first and 20 at midfield. Yeah, indeed. Goff, 2-step drop. Gonna have to get rid of this. Scampering to the right-hand side. Now coming up fields. Well done by Jared. He ends up eating the sack, but he didn't put the ball in harm's way there, and that could have gone very, very badly if he tried to throw that. So well done.
Jeremy counts it to
as an injury for the San Francisco 49ers. Number 53, D. Winters. The person who delivered the helmet-to-helmet penalty. Fuck him.
Yeah, let's say Jeremy's counted it as 3 lines currently who have taken helmet-to-helmet hits so far that have not been flagged.
Wow. The coverage has gone to a break.
So let's check in with the PFF stats. Hasn't fully updated. Oh, yeah, it has fully updated. So, yeah, so Ben Neiman now is on 8 snaps, and he is our second lowest graded defender. Nowaski at 9 snaps is second highest. Love to see that. Offense. Jahmyr Gibbs is not our highest rated offensive player right now.
Someone who came in for 1 rep. Mahogany?
Nope. Someone who's played every rep so far.
Don't know.
Glasgow.
Fair enough. Chocobo Brisket Bowl says, how was that not targeting? Branch got ejected for less. So the difference is that the 49ers player was planted with 2 feet on the ground and didn't quote unquote launch into the tackle, even though he led with the head. Branch left the ground head first, which is deemed as exceedingly more dangerous, which I do agree with. Having said that, it should be a 15-yard penalty, Ash.
Boyce has just gone into the blue medical tent with the concussion doctor.
Bosa?
Yes. Which
Okay.
so just before the coverage cut out, you saw him going to the sideline and there was someone saying, are you okay? Okay. So he is now being evaluated for concussion. This means that next up on the docket is probably Leonard Floyd in that position.
No, Floyd's the other starter, isn't he?
Yuto Gross Matos has been flexing in more, so I
Fair.
think it'll be Gross Matos and Floyd kind of thing.
Right, 2nd down and 24 coming up.
So supposedly on that play, Bosa collided with his own man.
Oh, I've just seen it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And he has his head down, and you can see the impact all the way along his back when he gets hit. Yeah. That is horrid. He's lucky that he's still walking.
Yes. It was also your favourite 49ers defensive lineman. The one that Ant memes you for.
2nd and 24 for the Lions. Goffin shotgun takes a snap, 2-step drop, looking, throwing, complete to Gibbs. Oh, he beats one and tiptoes down the sideline for a gain of 11. It's going to be 3rd down and 13. He gets 12. Bosa's out of the tent, and he does not look like he's coming back into the game. He looks pissed off and sad. SW Lion says, I like Bosa. Someone has to.
Yeah, I was going to say something similar to what you've just said.
3rd and 12.
Ooh.
Goffin empty on 3rd and 12. 2-step drop to throw. Oh, hook and ladder! J-Mo!
Yep.
J-Mo touchdown!
You're joking. What? Lol.
And Johnson is fired the fuck up. What a play call.
Can we see that again? Because I just want to see the alignments, because I think I'm working something out with how. Yes, thank you. Let's have a look. Yeah. This is there.
What a block by Tim Patrick, by the way. On Malik Mustafa.
With that, Amon Ra has passed your favorite ex-Lions wide receiver, I believe, Golden Tate, for the 5th most receptions in team history with 416.
Golden Tate, favorite Z.
Oh, yeah,
actually, no, favorite Y. Actually, yes. Golden Tate was more of a Y, wasn't he? It was slot. You said X.
Slot early.
Yeah.
So because your favorite, because your favorite is an X, isn't he? Your favorite X Lions receiver.
Oh, X as in former. Not, sorry. Yeah. Favorite Lions receiver's got to be Calvin.
Okay, other than Calvin, it's like my favorite one. Of it doesn't include Calvin. Is actually not the one that's not mentioned.
I am sad that I don't have a Golden Tate jersey. I have to say, he was my favorite. Basically just for the overtime touchdown against the Vikings, where he
flips into the end zone
and
pack
kicks
the bags, load up the plane. Load the plane. This game is over.
I don't really care about any of that. That doesn't make it for me. What it is when he flips into the end zone, he ends up kicking a Vikings player to do it. That's just absolutely beautiful.
I remember that the day that happened, because if I remember rightly, that is the day I went to go and see Finn's Saints at Wembley, which was really shit. And then I'm on the coach back up and I'm watching that. And then I see that just as we're pulling back up into Nottingham here, that happens. And I'm screaming on the bus.
Oh man,
You know
Tommy.
what I'm like.
Hmm. Tommy Millwall says, "Plenty of time, chaps. We got this. Why did you choose the Lions? Do you want to take that?"
Yeah, so for me, there's a couple of combinations. So for me, it all started when my friends started doing Madden Mobile. I joined in, and Detroit, at least to me, my interpretation, and other people have different interpretations, that their own city is closer to it. For me, it is because both, like, the Birmingham is very much looked down upon here. Former industrial heartland that made cars, obviously. Ford for Detroit. With Birmingham, you've got Rover, British Leyland, all these kind of car manufacturers, plus the football team, the English football team I support, Aston Villa. As you can hopefully see on the flag down there and over there, they've got a lion in the logo as well. So it's just all a combination. And then I started supporting 2014. So the last time we had a really, really good team, obviously. And then obviously what happened in overtime happened. It's like, this is my team because I'm used to this kind of bullshit. So this is my team for life now.
Yeah, I've supported the team casually since 2009, properly since about 2011. When I started playing Madden at uni, they were the team that had the number 1 overall pick, so they were the play now team, and I just got used to playing them because I didn't know who anyone was. And Stafford's obviously the quarterback at that time. Start falling in love with him, start watching the team. You look at his mentality and how he carries the team. Yeah. It's one of the things that made me fall in love with the team. But then you have a look at the defense from that time, that whether they played with Stephen Tarlick and DeAndre Levy at linebacker. I just love the hard-hitting, gritty mentality that you saw even then. And then as time's gone on, you find out a bit more about the city, and that, you know, like you said, Ash, it fell on hard times. It was the richest city in the world in the 50s, and then went obviously bankrupt in 2011. And I don't know, and in me resonated with that story. I am not from a northern heartland and industrial town, but there's something about the blue collar mentality that resonates with me. So love the feeling of the city, and then the people there are absolutely fantastic too. And then the way they've played over the years have just made that love even greater, as Purdy checks this one down to Jawan Jennings for a gain of 10 and a first down. So that's me and Ash, and some of the other guys have different stories too. I know some of it's musically related, so there we go.
True,
Miss Harley
it's been reversed to a 2nd and 1.
Strange. Looked like he had it to me. 2nd and 1, 9:40 to go in this first half. 14-13 ball game. It's been good so far. Hand off and run up the middle, and Garendo getting pushed by the pile and eventually blown dead. Forward progress takes him to the San Francisco 48. First down and 10.
Mm-hmm. Jomo has become the 3rd Lions wide receiver in our history to produce a rushing and receiving touchdown in the same game, joining Amon-Ra on the last day of the 2022 season, and then Leonard Thompson on the 12th of December, 1981.
Purdy under centre and hands this one off, running to the right-hand side. Good tackle in there for basically no gain by Pat O'Connor, who's been so good for the Lions down the stretch. 2nd down and 10. Austin Pleasance is in the game for the San Francisco 49ers. I wonder who he's in place of.
I'll have to keep an eye.
Must be at left tackle. 2nd down and 10. Tommy just said, because of my team Millwall being the Lions, makes sense to support the Lions.
He's in at right guard.
Okay. It's a little jet sweep. Oh, what a hit by Ifatu Melifonwu. Oh, my God. That is fantastic. Gain of 2. So this looked like Parcel was going to get a big gain. Branch got slightly held there. And the way that Melifonwu exploded into that tackle, he hit him back like a brick shithouse, that guy. 3rd and 7, and this is a big play for both teams here. Can the Lions defense get off the field? This is a position where you may go for it on 4th down. So Purdy in shotgun takes a snap, and 4-step drop out of shotgun. He's going to go for all the marbles, going deep, and he's got Parcel deep against Terry and Arnold. Oh, yeah.
What happened there? That looks like a coverage bus.
It does look like a coverage bus. Parcel had all the room in the world and is down at the 10-yard line, 1st and goal. Let's see this again. So Pearsall in man-to-man against Terrian, and Terrian just gets run into by Branch. It's a natural pick play, and Branch runs into Arnold. That is not Arnold's fault. He just can't get through the traffic. First down and goal at the 9. Chance for the Lions' red zone defense to come to the fore. It's I formation, and it's a pitch play. And almost get tackled for a loss, and does go down for a loss eventually. Jack Campbell for a loss of 1, but it could have been so much worse there if Josh Pascal could have wrapped up. SW Lions, there's no safety help there. So I think that it was man cover 1, yeah. And the safety went and helped elsewhere. Jonathan Foster says too many missed tackles, and I definitely agree with that. Second down and goal from the 9.5-yard line. Purdy, 2-step drop, looking to the right, now having to scramble upfield, and Purdy rushes for the touchdown. Oh man, he faked the pass and it faked everyone out, and Purdy rushes in for a score. It's been a great game so far, 20-13, pending the PAT. So, is it man-to-man? It's man-to-man, so there's no one watching Purdy, and then Ezekiel Turner gets faked out by the pass. They said that he was past the line of scrimmage when he pump fakes. It would have been a legal pass had he passed where he faked. So they are wrong on the coverage. That could have been a pass. Bad snap, good hold, and another point for the 49ers. 21-13 ball game. Plenty of time for the Lions to get another score. The problem with Ezekiel Turner there is if he doesn't try and cover the man to check down to you, Purdy's just going to throw that ball. And he was within 1 yard past the line of scrimmage, which is where you can throw the ball. You don't have to be behind the line of scrimmage. You can throw it up to 1 yard past. So it would have still been legal. So there's nothing that Ezekiel Turner can do there. You have to decide to do one or the other. He would look better if he just followed his man and let Purdy run. But because he's minded to try and defend both, he looks like a fool. And that's really harsh, because if he just follows his man, no one blames him. And Sleeper's Optional said, 47 in no man's land, offense is all about creating conflict. Well, conflict was definitely created there, because Purdy can scramble. There's no doubt about that. He's a very good scrambler. Both quarterbacks have still not missed a pass. I wonder if this might be one of the first games in NFL history with no incompletions in the first half. With a qualifier of a number of passes. Because if Goff goes perfect here, that could be very, very possible.
Yeah.
I'm going to update my stats here. Guys, what are you thinking so far? I think our offense has been absolutely fantastic, especially because we put ourselves in a hole in the last drive and still managed to get things done. Obviously, the holding call on Penne, and then the sack after that, 2nd and 24, and the Lions still go and score a touchdown. I think that's to be lauded, to be honest.
100%.
Pearsall's having himself a day, isn't he?
Yeah. I can't moan because I actually did really like him. It's just... And we obviously...
You're a massive fan of his.
Yeah. Like, really big. Well, everyone knows, I usually give myself, 1 or 2 anti-Florida Gayest bias sort of let off. He was one of them last year, and he has been really good. He saved one of my fantasy teams. Unfortunately, I still finished 5th, but hey-ho. But he's really good. It's just... They're ISOing really well. Not a lot we can do. So we'll see how long, Jimmy. I just don't obviously me in my scheming head right now. I don't know what we can do to fix it other than get someone back. We
just need to execute better when the plays have been there to make.
Yeah.
Rich Baldwin said, "I didn't know the Lions were playing Josh Allen." I know that you're joking about that a little bit, but one of the underrated things about Purdy, especially in his rookie year, was how well he scrambled. He really can do that. Tebbo says, "I'm really lacking faith with his defense in the postseason." The defense has reverted to what it was last season. I don't think that's a controversial take. The defense was enough to get to the Super Bowl last year, and we just didn't execute well enough down the stretch. we are now at that spot where we're having to make do with what we have. Jonathan Foss says, each game that passes missing a Lehman Aiden just seems to hurt worse. Agree. But Sleepless Option says, I think Anzalone back will help. Definitely agree. Linebacker is 100%. Key. Here come the lines.
Sorry. The issue hasn't been Campbell as well, like, other than the fact that Campbell, as I sort of alluded to,
run tackle for a loss up the middle. It was a slow developing run play, handed off to Gibbs, and Ito Gross-Matos gets the TFL for a loss of 2. Brock Wright was the fullback there. He goes to the right hand side and gets his block, but 2 players completely whiff there. Not great. 2nd and 12.
I was going to say the issue linebacker, is just Campbell can't trust who's next to him. So he's basically having to do 1.5 players' jobs, and the other guy, it's just sometimes
2-step drop, looking for a throw. It's a Texas route for Jahmyr Gibbs, and gets all the way down to around midfield, out at the 46-yard line of Detroit for a first down.
Love it.
Let's have a look at this again. So Gibbs in shotgun. And it's kind of a Texas route. So he kind of releases upfield and then twitches inside. It is kind of an angle, but not strictly like a Texas angle where it goes out and then in. It's more up and then in.
I'll count it because he has to adjust his the start of his route to get round the rushing.
Play action. Goff has to get rid of it and does throw it into the ground towards Gibbs. They are calling it an incomplete pass. Thank God. Goff turfed it right next to him. And iffy to say whether that was coming forward or not. Let's have a look. Goff. Yeah, half a yard forward. As towards Jamar Jefferson, not Jahmyr Gibbs. I swear they look similar on the field.
It's because the dreads for the back of the helmet.
2nd down and 10, 4:59 to go in this first half. 8-point game. From the 47-yard line, Goff under center, play action again, and it's going to be a screen with lots of men out in front. Gibby gets himself 7 yards, and it's going to be 3rd down and 3. That looked like it was going to be blocked up better for him, unfortunately, but there we go.
Yeah. If in doubt, the way to tell between Gibby and Jefferson is that Gibby stands like Austin Giante. He has the Michael Myers stance.
Oh, that Bosa hit is so sickening. 4.5 minutes to go, 3rd and 3. And Goff passes for Amon-Ra St. Brown for a first down, 4-yard gain. Absolute money.
Yeah.
Amon-Ra's first catch of the game?
Yes. I believe so.
4 minutes to go. Lions are not going to be able to kill enough clock here to end the half. And in some ways, then, I think you should go quickly for it and try and get a stop so you get another chance.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay. No, it's his second catch. He's had 2 catches for 5 yards.
Goff on 1st down and 10 then, and hands this one off to Craig Reynolds up the middle. Big hole. And gets himself about 8 there for 2nd down and 2. Or 2nd down and 1, maybe. 21-13 to the 49ers. There have been touchdowns on every single drive of this game so far.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think the thing with Amon-Ra at least is because their slot corner is their best corner. And they're obviously keying in on him with some safety help. So it's to be expected. We just need...
Oh, interesting call here for the Lions. They do run it, and Reynolds up the middle for a gain of 4. Watch this get used at some point in the game. So you had Brock Wright come out from full back up onto the line as the second tight end. Then Sewell went in motion from right to left, leaving a big gap between him and Dan Skipper at the tight end position. So you had Dan Skipper in the tight end, but with no tackle between them because the tackle went from right to left, which meant that Sewell must have been an eligible receiver then.
No, so what happened there, because you've seen Skipper check out, is that technically on that play, Zeitler was playing right tackle, and then you had like a weird side alignment on the left. You technically you can have that happen.
Goff in under centre there with a nice throw to Amon
Ooh.
Ra St. Brown. Isaac Yiadom on the tackle down at the 15-yard line. That's going to be the 2-minute warning.
Yeah. What happened there is there was a bit of pre-snap motion where you're allowed to do where Amon-Ra runs a bit and it's just enough where it leverages him against Yiadom on the outside and cover 3 rather than the Nor in the slot. The Nor in the slot then takes Patrick, and so Amon-Ra isn't able to get free on for a 10-yard gain.
2-minute warning. Sorry.
Long story short, motion good. Do more.
Yeah. SW Line says too early for 2 points. I agree it's too early for 2 points. We're not thinking that we need to win this half. We need to win the game, and the 49ers could screw themselves up in other ways. So, yeah, way too early for 2 points. Adosa said ball was 100% going to Amara and they still couldn't stop him. And Sleeper's optional corrected me. Yes, Amara's second catch. The first one was the hook and ladder.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. Let's have a look. Defensive grades, have they updated? PFF's really behind with it right now. Oh, you're going to love it. Iffy currently is our highest graded defender.
I think he's been terrific.
Mm-hmm. And then it's Jack, Pat O'Connor, Nowaski, Amik, which is fair. Offensively, probably hasn't caught up yet. Still Graham, but Gibbs is really picking up now. 80.9, Laporte 78.7. Fortunately, our lowest graded guy is Penne. His pass blocking grade is not good this week, but it is what it is. Everyone else on the offensive line has got at least a 76.5 pass blocking grade, which is nice to see.
Mark B says another quality stream, boys. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Tommy, if you join our Discord, it's in the gambling chat the bet that I've had. It was it's not coming in. But there's a huge community of Lions fans. If you want to join us on that link, it'd be great to have you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my bet started off with a 13-point or greater Lions win, which doesn't look like is happening.
You never know. Well, would you have thought when we went into the half of the NFC Championship game that what happened would happen?
No, that's a fair point.
There we go. Also, not to big up our Discord, you also pretty much always get NFL news pretty early, either because I'm not getting sleep and I'm posting it in there, or if I'm at work and stuff, other people pick up the slack and post a lot in there for NFL, for the college, for other sports.
Yeah, it's a fun place. Right, 2-minute warning. Lions at the 15-yard line. Can they kill enough clock to make it the last possession? It depends whether the 49ers start utilising their timeouts from here. Goff takes a snap and hands it off to Gibbs, who gets contacted at the line of scrimmage by number 53, which is D. Winters. Second down and 10. Nice and interesting play here. So it's Penei Sewell lined up as a wide receiver, who's then the man in motion, and Goff fakes a handoff to him. I mean, that almost looked like the play where it's a design for Sewell to be the passer. So... yeah. Interesting to see if we do that again. Fake toss to the right-hand side, pass to Amon-Ra, who, the block gets blown up. Again, gain of 5, but it should have been a first down. Great design, and someone whiffed. So annoying, and timeout called by San Francisco. So frustrating that doesn't go for a first down, because it's a beautiful design. You've got blockers out in front, but just one man is free. I definitely need another drink.
Fair. Oh, fuck, I forgot the shot for JMO touchdown. You saying you needed a drink reminded me.
3rd and 5 coming up. I think that the Lions run this. Goff in shotgun, and they do hand it off, and Gibbs bounces it to the right-hand side, and then breaks down, and it's going to be a 2.5-yard gain. It's going to be 4th and 2.5 and the Lions are going for it. Timeout called.
Captain. I realised we could go for it on 28% of our fourth downs. Over a quarter done. That's mad.
4th and 2.5. Second timeout has been taken, which means if the Lions do get a first down here, they can probably kill all the clock, which is super impressive, but they've got to get this. And this is going to be a tough one because it's a long 2 or a short 3. It's a long amount and in a condensed part of the field. Goff in shotgun. There's a bit of room on that right-hand side of the line. Goff asking for it and gets it. He's going to be passing for the end zone. Incomplete.
Oh.
Great play by number 0. Going towards...
Renato Green.
Yeah, going towards Sam Laporte and Renato Green with the great PBU. And they will take over at the 2.5-yard line. TJ said St. Brown was open for the first. I actually thought St. Brown was really well covered there. I don't think so. Freeland said, well, we were the first to break serve. Not good. It would have been a heck of a game if it could have been 3 touchdowns each on 3 drives each. Oh, frustrating. Grandad said, was that play telegraphed? I mean, there's only so much you can do in that part of the field.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate the play call, and the throw's good. It's just a terrific play on the back end. Sometimes the play is just good from the other team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I can back that as a Renato Green stand.
SW Lions said the way the Lions defense is playing, it was the right call going for it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I necessarily buy that. Don't know. We'll see. Down to down, I think the Lions' defense has been good. It's been individual plays in each set which have let us down. And if we can just sort out the odd play here or there, I think we'll be okay. Carlton said, I thought the throw was a bit low. Laporte was a foot higher than the D player. That's fair, but you're asking Goff to put it at tiptoe range for his tight end, which is tough. And I mean, asking him to put it in it's like asking a football player taking a penalty to hit top bins. You know, it's tough.
Just look at that footage of the Man City players doing penalties and training.
I didn't see it.
Oh, they were just missing constantly because they were trying to go for the crossbar, but if you don't have that context, it looks really bad because they're just firing wide, firing high. Then again, what do you expect from a team that's in a really bad slump of form right now? Really, coverage? Come on.
I don't know what you can expect the coverage to do, Ash. We want this. We want all that smoke. That's what we're about.
It's just it's because it's in a similar situation last year. We kicked a field goal.
Yeah. Anyway, here comes Purdy in shotgun. Looking, and he might take a sack. He's going to go into the end zone now. He's looking to throw. Can he get it away? He does throw it away. How come when we started at the 2.5-yard line, they started at the 8-yard line? Was there a flag that I missed?
Not that I know of. Let me have a look.
2nd down and 10. And
no, yeah, that was at that throw was at the 8-yard line. We were at 8.
Oh yeah, sorry, it was 4th and 2.5, not and goal. So yeah, 2nd down and 10. I was just being a fool. 1:04 to go because they passed the ball. It's saved clock. The Lions may have another chance here if they can get a stop. Purdy's going to throw again and looking like he's going to throw deep. There's a looping pass to Isaac Garendo. The clock runs, tackled by number 42.
JRM.
1st down and 10 for San Francisco. They're trying to save the timeout. Ball went out of bounds at the 48-yard line of San Francisco. 40 seconds to go. They're in shotgun. They're going to run another play here instead of clocking it. And there's blitz coming by JRM. It is checked down to Garendo. And again, as Pascal with the tackle there. 2nd down and 2 as the clock stops. Garendo is bloody fast. And it's again a running back on a linebacker. That's exactly the play that was run by the Bills. Ty Johnson versus Quan Alexander. They showed the way, and the 49ers have followed them. 2nd down and 2 with 33 seconds to go. Can they get in field goal range or better here at the 44-yard line of Detroit? Purdy in shotgun is going to throw and throws towards the sideline, and Parcel gets out of bounds for a 1st down. 28 seconds to go. Mark said, do they have Amish in the UK? No, sir. Amish, I think, come from the Netherlands in there. I think Netherlands, maybe Germany, but they come from that area of the world, not from Britain. 8-point game, 28 seconds to go, 1 time out. They are approaching field goal range, or might be in it. They are in field goal range. It'll be a 56-yard attempt from here. 28 seconds to go, and Purdy's going to pass for it. Throws to the sideline, completes to Jawan Jennings. Fumble, but fumbled out of play. Amik Robertson forced the fumble, and it went out of bounds. The clock is going to restart right now, said the referee, and they do spike it. It's going to be 3rd and 2. 20 seconds left.
Good play from Amik there.
Yeah. Third and 2. From the 30-yard line. Takes the snap. 2-step drop. Looking left. Now over the middle. Check down to Kittle. To 10. Kittle to the 7-yard line. And now is rushing up. There's a flag on the play. It's against the 49ers. Pass interference on the offense. 10-yard penalty. 3rd and 12. 11 seconds to go. On Jacob Cowing, the wide receiver.
He heard what I said in the preview. Oh, no.
I don't think that's pass interference. Say that right now. I think he's running a route, and I think he runs into our defender, who runs into our defender. I don't think that should be pass interference.
I think it should, because for me, he adjusts his route to get into the thing, and you can see him just shove our defender into our defender like that into him to stop him getting to Kittle. So for me, it is.
Purdy checks down to Kittle, and they are in field goal range again now. They were at fringe field goal range. They now are in field goal range. It's 4th down. 4th down and 6. 4th and 5. So I think it should be about a...
So they're at R4, 33.
Yeah, so it's a 51-yard attempt.
Oh,
From
no,
the
I've got
right
some bad news for you.
Yeah.
Per Dave Paquette, Penne is going into the locker room early for the Lions.
Snap is good. Hold is good. This looks like it's wide right. It is wide right. He has not had a good season. The kicker, Jake Bates, formerly of Michigan. He looks dejected.
Jake Bates.
Jake Bates.
Wrong Jake.
Oh, Jake Moody. Same difference. Slides to the right. Never look good. And the 49ers are only going to take an 8-point lead into the half, with the Lions getting the ball to start the second half. So just saw someone say, why did he even go third round? He only went because he was from Michigan, and that is totally not why he went third round. He was the best kicker in college football that season. But there we go. Right, that is the half, and I, of course, have not updated all of my stats because I was busy watching the game. So give me a second.
I mean, okay, so I'll fill the space. Not exactly the worst first half. Like it could have been a lot worse. Also, could have been a lot better. There's stuff to improve on. I am sorry that yet again it seems my American football teams are cursed by getting burnt by wheel routes. I hate it. Anzalone, please come back soon.
All right. Got this coming up now. Okay, so we are at the half, and here are your halftime stats. San Francisco 21-13. Purdy 14 of 16 for 202 touchdowns. Isaac Guerrero 7 for 26 on the ground, 3 of 3 for 53 in the air, and Ricky Pearsall 4 of 4 for 63 and a touchdown through the air for the 49ers. For the Lions, Goff 11 of 13 for 138 and a touchdown. Gibbs, 9 carries for 60 yards, and Jameson Williams, 2 carries for -2 yards and a touchdown on the ground, and 1 of 1 for 44 and a touchdown through the air. That 1 of 1 is 1 reception for a few yards, and then the lateral from Amon-Ra St. Brown on the hook and ladder for a touchdown and significant yardage. So it's a misleading stat. He hasn't had a catch for 44 yards. He just didn't have the initial reception on his second play. But there we go. Second half starting in 12 and a half minutes. I need to just go and refill. Ash, open season for you, sir.
Mm-hmm. So as I said, guys, not exactly best first half, not exactly the worst. Just I don't know what to say. Like other than what I've already said, it's well, Grandad, I'm just seeing that that's not true. Pretty much, like this game means fuck all in terms of that. Unfortunately for them, like Carl can say all the bullshit he wants to, the whiny little bastard. It means fuck all. Anyway, sorry. I should like the 49ers content creators. I went on a few last year, didn't I? And the Rams as well. That was great. It's just showing, and I know I've said it for fucking weeks now. Linebacker is somewhere we really need to prove. Like, I know we've had some bad injuries there. Obviously, AA breaking his arm, JRM missing some time with his neck injury, Malcolm tearing his ACL, the injury to Barnes. I know it might not be a popular pick because we've already gone first round linebacker recently. Jihad Campbell is really climbing up my first round like pick list right now. For people who don't know, Jihad Campbell is the linebacker for Alabama. He kind of will play like a sort of Barnes-like role in a way because he drops into coverage, plays run defense like 70%, plays off ball 70% of the time, 30% of the time has played like on ball stuff. We just need some like better depth. We need better depth, obviously everywhere. Like if we can get some more O-line depth, that'd be nice, kind of thing. But unless obviously Glenn goes and then Askew changes, in which case hopefully we can maybe overcome some of these linebacker deficiencies. But there's not even deficiencies, but you know what I mean. Like linebackers become a bit more of a priority. If not Campbell, who I've only picked out because I've watched a mock draft earlier when I was eating my dinner after getting home from work at 11, and they had us picking Campbell at 30. Yeah, 30. I was going to say. But anyway, if not him, there's also Jackson. There's the linebacker out of Kentucky, the Demarsh Johnson, I really like as well. But anyway, yeah, let me have a look. A couple of pressures. I'm not trying to. God knows I'm never going to kill you. I'm never killing the messenger. It's just me reacting because I'm like, that's just such bullshit. Like Carl Shanahan, I don't rate him. I don't rate him at all. I rate him as a play caller, as a head coach, not so much. People watch the preview know that I really disparaged him there. I would never kill you, Grandizer. I love you. But yeah, into pressures, I've seen someone asking if we've got any pressures. Pass rush. We have got 6 pressures so far. 1 apiece for Nowaski, Pascal, Pat O'Connor, JRM, Reader, and Smith. Yet only 2 of our players have got pass rush grades above 60, which are Pat O'Connor and Zedarius Smith. And true pass sets, there's a bit better. It's Josh Reader, DJ Reader, and Josh Pascal. Great. Great. Where's Zedarius Smith? He's been around. Like, I've seen him a couple of times, but just we're not. We're just not getting there. Like I said it with Pascal because everyone started to point out Pascal. I know me, Matt, and Ant had the spirited discussion after the Bills game. We're getting we're getting into that sort of old stack that we were like last year and the year before that, where we get pressures, we just weren't completing them. Like we weren't turning them into sacks. And I know Dan in the preseason said all this about like pressures just good as sacks, but right now we need some sacks. Like we need to get them behind the sticks because right now they are very much in a position where most of their plays, if there was like an overall success rate of their plays, it'd be pretty damn high right now, which sucks, but it is what it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I did a bit of draft talk because
Okay.
of the stuff I mentioned because immediately this kept popping into my head because I was watching a mock draft while I was eating my dinner. That Jihad Campbell, the linebacker for Alabama, has really, with how things are the past couple of weeks, but especially today, is really climbing up my kind of I need to watch this guy for a potential first round pick for us.
Okay.
For like ranking. So reiterate, as we said, about 70% of the time plays off ball, 30% on ball, kind of can be a sort of Sam/Will guy for us.
Mm. So don't bring back Barnes and slot him in instead.
Potentially, yeah, because he can rush the passer, but he's a lot better in sort of the traditional linebacker stuff. I love Barnes, but I think unless he takes that kind of prove it deal with us, I might move on from him right now.
Mm.
Like,
fair.
Yeah.
It's an interesting take by SW Line about our defense, saying at the moment the way they're playing, they're the worst defense making the playoffs right now. And I'm not sure that that's true, but I'm trying to think of who I think is definitely worse.
One's popped into my head instantly.
Okay.
Commanders.
Commanders' defense is legitimately terrible, and they're definitely in. So I was thinking if the Buccaneers do make it, that defense is very well coached.
Yeah.
But the personnel would seem to be better, but the way they're playing right now is pretty poor. Let me have a look at the NFL standings just so I can think about this a little bit more. Okay, so in the AFC, the worst defense going to the playoffs right now is the Ravens, and they have had a role reversal because they were terrible to start the season, but they've actually picked it up down the stretch.
Yeah.
The next worst one in the AFC is the Chiefs. So
Yeah.
the AFC is very strong on defense. For the NFC, there's not a huge amount of bad defenses in there either. Commanders is the only one worse than us, actually. I think, definitely.
What did I say? What's the saying? Defense wins championships. And the good news is, in a way, is we were in this position last year. And we still made it as far as we did.
Yeah.
At least the issue this year is linebacker, which is a bit more coverable than, cornerback. And even then, as I keep saying it, and I'll keep saying it until it happens, and hopefully it does help. We've got the trump card that arguably now our second best linebacker, because Campbell has really elevated himself. Our second best linebacker can still come back, and that will really help because suddenly Campbell's got someone next to him he can trust who doesn't have to do two people's job. and Anzalone is a massive upgrade on pretty much, well, every other linebacker.
Whoever it is who's playing that role,
yeah,
for
whoever
sure.
it is, yeah.
Wizard also said Packers D is awful. Packers D is fine. It's not bad and it's not good. It's a mid-tier defense. You know, and the Vikings made them look bad yesterday, but they're not. You have a look at what the Packers D did to us in terms of stopping the run and scheme and all that sort of stuff. I thought that they were very frisky. And actually, the thing about the Packers D, which has gone away, is that they aren't making as many turnovers as they did earlier in the year. Much like us, we both, Packers and Lions defenses, had a lot of turnovers in the first 8 or 9 games. And that has stopped for both teams.
Okay. So I'm doing some research because obviously, I've got all my stat websites. So I'm doing this. So it's from weeks 11 to now. We are, in terms of EPA per play, 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who's 16th? Well, I'll give you a clue. It's an AFC defense. It's one that both me and you love and have bigged up a lot this season.
I've picked up a lot of them. Bills. Steelers. Chargers. We picked up the Chargers.
Chargers is 16th. Washington is 20th. Pittsburgh is 21st.
I think a lot of
Buffalo is 24th. Rams is 25th.
I think a lot of people would say that the Lions drop-off has been most apparent in the last 3 or 4 games. If you limited it to week 14 to 17, I think you'd see an interesting...
14 to 17. Okay, we can do that. Give me a second. Let me update. And... Okay, yep. There's one point that we are 31st.
Yeah. The last few weeks we have been very poor on defense in terms of just EPA and all of that sort of stuff. It's
EPA were 31st. In terms of success rate allowed, we are 25th. With Buffalo below us and Houston, third playoff defenses. Drop back EPA, we are 32nd. Drop back success rate 24th with Denver, Buffalo below us. Rush EPA, we're 21st with Texans and Washington below us. And then rush success rate, we are 22nd with the Vikings below us, 26th, Washington 27th, and Texans 31st. So, yeah, like this past couple of weeks. The reason I went for 11, if people can't work out, is because that's the week that Anzalone got injured. Because for me, that's been the big one. Like, other than obviously other than Hutchinson, but yeah.
So
actually, you're taking it to week 12. So taking out week 11, we're 26th.
So Big Aries just said needed sacks all year. They can scheme up looks, but if you aren't finishing ... So the Lions have had this problem for some time, and it's when an offensive line or a team knows this offensive line is going to struggle, they scheme up getting the ball out of their quarterback's hands very quickly. Purdy has been throwing it before we've been able to actually get the sacks there. Rich Baldwin's just said it's at 3:45 there. No, you're an hour early, so it's 2:45 a.m. here.
So according to Match Quarters, which is one of my other stat sites, does a lot of defense. We are currently, this is all season, so Hutch will definitely influence this, but unfortunately, because of the way the website is, I can't take out those weeks. But so far this season, we are 8th in the NFL in terms of pass rush productivity, which is like this formula that factors in sacks and stuff. In terms of pressures, we are 6th with 209, which is so tied for 6th with Philadelphia. In terms of sacks, though, we are 20th.
Kick off is away. Yeah, our pressure to sack is poor. Caught at the 1 yard line, and so it needs to be returned by Tom Kennedy. And good return by Kennedy up to the 34 yard line. That's where the Lions start off.
Suppose Penny is walking onto the field. I've just seen him. So that's good.
That's good news.
That is good news. Anyway.
All right. Goff under centre to start this drive at the 34. Takes a snap and fake handoff, looking to throw. Got time. Timing route to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Lovely play for 13 yards and a first down for Detroit.
He's limping though, but just saw him there, just kind of hopping for a sec.
Landed on his ankle.
2. Yeah, he did comes down his ankle a bit. Ouch.
First down and 10. He's still out there.
Yeah.
At the 47. I formation. Fake handoff. Wright does get back for the block, which is good. Amon-Ra shrugs off the tackle, but gets himself 6 yards. Second down and 4. I love that. The coverage just called Amon-Ra the anti-diva. I think he's got a little bit of diva to him. He just knows when to bring that side of him out. Still I formation for the Lions. Yeah. Goff hands this one off. Gibbs tries to break it outside and walks straight into Bosa for a loss of 1. Yeah. Third down and 5. That's a bad read by Jahmyr Gibbs. First time I think I've said that for a long time.
So you know that start I told you earlier about Amon-Ra Golden Tate?
Yeah.
Updating that to now also yards. Amon-Ra with that catch just past Golden Tate for in terms of franchise receiving yards as well.
3rd and 5. Big play at the start of this second half. Lions 8 points down with the ball. Start of this second half. 3rd and 5. Goff in shotgun is going to throw. Looks to the left. Now comes back to the middle. Throws over the middle for Jameson Williams. Tight coverage by Renardo Green. Big first down for the Lions. Great catch. Good throw.
Really good catch, yeah.
And that is where Jameson Williams has improved his game so much. Nice release. Good cut. But Renardo Green really triggers on the cut. Goff, great ball placement. And Jamo just handles that. So Renardo Green hits that on the ball at the right time. Good play by both players. Lions first down and 10 at the 36-yard line. Goff under centre. Goff, handoff. There's a really nice play by the 49ers. Another loss of 1 after a Bosa tackle.
The Lions are the first team in NFL history to have 2 running backs and 2 receivers all top 1,000 scrimmage yards in a single season.
And James is only 54 yards away from 1,000 yards receiving now. Rich says Niners are starting to crack down on the run. This is the problem with Gibbs, is his success rate is so high because he breaks quite a lot big, but he does have a few tackles for a loss in him compared to Monty. Hand off again to Gibbs, and this time the blocking is good, and that is a gain of 5, and it's going to be 3rd and 6.
Yeah.
Bosa versus Sewell is, I would say, probably a tie at the moment, maybe minorly going in favour of Bosa, but the Lions have only eaten 1 sack, and there's a couple of runs which have gone against us, but I think actually, generally speaking, it's been pretty good. 3rd and 5, they're calling it. Again, the 31
Allen Robinson.
Goff calls for it in empty, and does get it. Got to get rid of it quick, and it's a timing route on the outside. Allen Robinson! What a catch! Is that his first? No, it's not his first catch, but it's one of his first few.
See?
Let's see this. They're saying they're ruling it a catch. Yeah, definitely a catch. Yeah. Allen Robinson, the one-on-one ball on 3rd down. Hell yeah! Mark just said first catch of the season for Robinson.
It's not. He's had 2 previously. He hasn't had 1 in a couple of weeks for sure, but he has had a few.
First down and goal at the 10. Goff, play action, looking for the pass to the end zone. He missed him. Should have been. Second down and goal from the 10. Oh, I thought he had him.
Just slightly over for him. Just proving what I was saying right though in the off season. That's why you want an X receiver, because look what Tim Patrick's done for us. And that's what Robinson
Where's
did there.
Tim Patrick been today?
Blocking his ass off. That's where.
Second down and goal from the 10. Goff in shotgun again. I think we're going to go pass here. Goff takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Gibbs, who reverses and comes in fields. Oh, he drives forward. That's well done by Gibbs. Gets himself 3 or 4 yards. It's going to be third down and goal from the 7. Could have been a loss, that one. Ends up making this slightly easier.
By Fallen King. Go on, good.
Looking for the throw to the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. Sam Laporta. Lions are going for 2.
Going for 2.
Lions are going for 2. This is premature. Premature call.
Let's have a look at this.
Laporta on the end of the line as the second tight end releases left and then does a little angle
Corner
route.
Post. I'm calling that. Yeah, that's a corner post.
Here comes a 2-point try for the Lions. This has got to be a pass for me. Goff. Pass play. Gonna get flushed.
Yes!
Passes. Tim Patrick.
There's Tim Patrick. There's Tim Patrick.
Tie game. Wow, you're fired up.
2. And with that, we are fucking tied up. It's 0-0, motherfuckers. Let's go. 1.
And I have removed my Lions logo, which is annoying. (21-21). Lions are back in this. So the only thing here to observe, I guess, is that the only advantage in this game now is that San Francisco are going to have the ball. That is it. If the Lions can get any stop on defense, we're going to be in a good position here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, baby.
Harley Quinn says, Lions drive me crazy, and then Dan Campbell is my hubby, lol, but damn, man, he got me up, and Dan, lol. I have no idea what you mean, but love it. Jonathan Foss has got to lay this on now, win this comfortably, and keep the mindset and narrative alive. Grandad said, you want a tie game, you got it. Steve Lobson said, you've got to be a Lions hardcore fan to watch a Monday night game from the UK. Respect. We watch every game. We are here, unless we have, say, a work commitment or like a clashing thing we can't miss. We are always here, even when the game doesn't really matter. Mark says, time to force a turnover. X She Door on Twitch says, Dan has the biggest balls, bro. Wizard of War says, can we get a pick? Absolutely, we can get a pick. This defense is still frisky, but we do need to maybe get a little bit of pressure on there. One thing Purdy does have in his bag is a few picks sometimes.
Yes. And what do we have other than, the guy who currently still leads the NFL in picks, despite, NFL media force-feeding Xavier McKinney down your throat like it's sausage at a certain kind of party. But anyway, Laporta is now the 5th Lions player with at least 7 touchdowns this season. This is the most players with 7 touchdowns in a season in franchise history. Hope that made sense. Oh. Need that hat.
Interesting call. Right.
What is?
Just going for 2 at that point. Right. Jake Bates drives that one, and it's going to be returned from the goal line. Good return. And doesn't break free because of number 33, Sione Vaki. There is a flag on the play.
Love Sione. What was I going to say? Completely forgotten.
Holding on the receiving team sets them
Yes.
back. Excellent stuff.
Oh, nice.
Everyone loving Sheila appearing on the
Yeah.
coverage there. And all the Lions brass is there, which is fantastic. And Harley Quinn says he's causing my adrenaline to spike here and there. Hell yeah, he's fantastic. Right. First down and 10 for the San Francisco 49ers at their own 16. Purdy with the fake and the play action throw. Jawan Jennings hit hard by Kirby Joseph, but it's a 14-yard gain. First down, San Francisco. Big hit by Kirby, but it wasn't enough to jar it loose.
Mm-hmm. That's the as much as I love Kirby, he still needs a bit of work at that sort of strong safety role, because you saw that he's just a bit too far off. If he's like a step or two further forward, he can probably get to Jennings and make a PBU. But it's
Hand
just
off,
a minor
and
grey.
Campbell gets there to Garendo, but it's a gain of 4 for second down and 6. Yeah, I know what you mean, but the thing is, if he doesn't get a bit of depth, if one of the receivers going a bit deeper gets free, then he's not going to get back to help the corner. So
true, but he's not. So he's the strong safety. He's in the robber position. So at that point, you'd have someone behind him, probably if your branch as the single high, so they should be there for it.
Crosser route to Ricky Pearsall, tackled by Kirby Joseph on the crossing route. Pearsall with a huge gainer for about 40 yards and a first down.
What the fuck happened there?
So Pearsall against
linebackers.
It's zone coverage, and it's against a safety. Against a corner in cover 3. Actually, Purdy in play action, and
I'll wait for this to happen and I'll say why I disagree.
Kittle down at the 3.
Okay. The reason I said linebackers there is because you can see they both bit on the play action fake. They're there and he just goes behind them. That's on the linebackers for me, not on the corners.
Right.
Jesse.
Vildor with the person who missed a tackle against Kittle.
Hang on. Vildor?
Yeah. Vildor.
Oh, no.
First down and goal at the 5, and play action. Well covered by the Lions this time, and Purdy under pressure throws it away. Second down and goal at the 5. Yeah, Vildor's in the game and has been for the last couple of reps.
Where's Arnold?
Great question. Don't know. I think he might have been benched. What?
If he's been benched, I'm disappointed. In the team, not obviously him.
Kittle is injured, holding his forearm on the sideline. Maybe. No, it looks okay. Second down and goal from the 5.
Not that we wish injuries on players.
Little pop pass to Debo. Blocked well, and he's in for the touchdown. I thought I saw a flag coming, but maybe I didn't. No.
Pain.
Yeah, just really hard work trying to get over the block. That was well read by some of the Lions defenders, but not the entire team as a whole. PAT coming. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is slightly to the left, but does go through. 7-point game.
guess my face point is very smudged by now. It's still there.
Experiment is in the chat. Says, I feel like Dan wants the team to play, but players not totally bought in. Disagree. Good news is we have let's use 2 in a row, so let's keep that going. I don't think this team isn't bought in. If anything that I'm seeing right now, it looks like the team is bought in. It's just that they look like they are trying to protect the weakest part of the team, which is the defense overall, and it's just tough. You go up against the best coached offense in the NFL in terms of scheme and in terms of execution. And of course, things are going to look bad. The fact that the Lions' defense has looked bad the last couple of weeks, you didn't think that was going to continue to be the case today. I mean, they're playing their heart out.
Yeah.
SW Lions has no margin for error for the Lions' offense. I agree. In fact, I think it could be that the Lions come into the final drive 7 points down and with the ball and score a touchdown and have a decision to go for 2 to win it or for 1 to send it to overtime. I can see that happening.
Oh, yeah, same. Especially now we've seen it gone for 2 here already. So it's just, again, it's back to that sort of punch per punch thing. We can match them every time, pretty much, you'd think, because defensively, they're not doing great either.
Yeah, defensively, they're doing badly too.
Yeah.
I would say their defense is doing better than us, but our offense is doing it better to overcome it.
Yeah. That's better. That's a bit better.
One More Light has just said exactly the same thing as me on Discord, saying there's maybe a game where we go for 2 at the end to avoid it going to overtime.
Yeah. Well, do you want proof of the overall concept, what you just said, where the team is trying to overcome the stuff with the defense? I mean, again, this is PFF, so take it or leave it. Of the 19 players on to play snaps on at least 1 snap on defense, only 10 of them have a grade above 60. When you compare that to the offense, of the 20 players to have played at least 1 offensive snap,
kickoff recovered at the 7-yard line. Tom Kennedy coming forward, gets up to the 30, starts there. Sorry.
Okay. Of the 20 players to have played at least 1 snap on offense, 15 of them have got a grade above 60. And the other ones, the lowest grade you've got currently is Tim Patrick with 52.4 somehow. On defense, you've got 52.4.
I think the thing with Tim Patrick is, yes, he's been blocking a lot, but when he has been running routes, he's not been getting any separation whatsoever.
True.
First down and 10 for the Lions at the 30-yard line. Goff under center. Takes a snap and fake handoff. He's looking to throw. Good pass blocking and check down to Jahmyr Gibbs, who cuts inside and comes forward for a gain of 9, 2nd down and 1.
Nice. No, he's already over 100 yards. Yep, so Justin Rogers just tweeted, Arnold was on the bench with his helmet that last year was the first of the second half.
I think he's been benched.
I'd hate that for him.
I would too, but... Right. 2nd down and 1 for the Lions. 39.5-yard line. Goff. Gibbs with a good block there. And a lovely throw to Sam Laporta down to the 35. There's a flag on the play. I think that's going to be on San Francisco for contact. More than 5 yards down the line. Might be a hold, might be illegal contact, I think.
So, yeah, right, tell him.
Oh, number 53 limping heavily for San Francisco.
Winters.
He's been struggling with injuries since the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if this does convert. No foul.
No foul. Well, if Winter does go off, guess who's, according to our lads, is the next guy up?
The guy I like.
No, the guy I like. Tatum Buffoon. Even though I preferred Ken DeLoach. But Kellen DeLoach, but that's...
Well done. Well done by Sam Laporta, by the way, not leading with the helmet, leading with the shoulder there, even though the San Francisco guy led with the helmet. Right. Goff under center this time at the 33-yard line. Gets lots of motion here and hands the ball off to Reynolds, who runs forward for a gain of 2. It's 2nd down and 8.
Just a bit too much hesitation there from him. Oh, Gibbs has got an injury. He's like cut his cheek or something. Although
2nd and 8, and Zylstra and Brock Wright are in the game here. And Jermar Jefferson. Interesting for the Lions. 2nd and 8. Heavy set for the Lions with 3 tight ends. Quick snap, and they're going to throw complete for Jameson Williams for a gain of 5. It's 3rd down and 3. Zylstra checks back out of the game. Third and 3.
Mm-hmm. Got to say, I know obviously it's a couple of plays ago, but that sort of pass block rep from Gibbs on the Porter throw.
That's probably where he got cut. Probably where he got cut.
Probably got cut, also that is probably the best pass blocking snap I've seen from him so far in his Lions career.
Empty set for Goff. Steps back. Now has to escape. He gets sacked and takes himself out of field goal range. Nick Bosa. It's going to be a 58-yard attempt from here if they go for it. Goff could have eaten the sack and they would have been in field goal range, but he continued to go backwards to try and get out of it. You are not getting away from Nick Bosa like that. Just come forward or slide. Oh, that's hard to take because you lose something like 12 yards there. They are going to try the field goal here. It's a long one. From 57 yards from the left hash. Snap's good. Hold is excellent. They're on its way, and it looks good, and it is good. What a kick. That feels like a bit of a win, considering what's just happened there for the Lions on that drive.
Yes. Yeah, 100% agree. I'm trying to work it out in my head now, so that is... Because we went for 2, so it's 2 extra points and a field goal. So that's 5. So he needs another 4 points, and then he's got the record. Also, the Lions just set a new franchise record for 20-plus points scored in a game. We have done it, I've just seen it there, in 14 straight games. We scored 20-plus. Cool.
So the Lions said they were lucky to get the field goal after that sack. I agree. 3 times we can't settle for field goals the way the D is playing. I don't agree. And the only reason that I don't agree is because you either subscribe to the idea of your defense can't stop shit, the 49ers are going to score a touchdown on every single drive, and you're playing for overtime and the coin toss where you inevitably probably end up losing. Or you subscribe to the mentality that in the next 20 minutes, your defense will make 1 stop. And if your defense makes 1 stop, whether that's for a field goal or for a touchdown, that your offense can score every single drive. And I would rather believe that we can get to 1 stop than none. Because if we can't get any stops, there's almost no point in playing the game. Might as well just call it in now. Like, you have to believe your defense is going to get 1 stop. And I don't think down to down that our defense has been so bad that we can't believe in this defense. The 49ers have been very efficient. Their play design has been very good. The linebackers have been a bit hard on some things, but they're putting you in tough spots. We have put them in 3rd downs several times where we haven't managed to get off the field, but I think that we can. I think we can do it. I can't believe, Ash, by the way, just to say, whatever happens here, if we lose next week, and then we lose in the wild card, the season's over. I can't even fathom the fact that the season might be over in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
It's wild. Yeah.
Mandalorian 9816 says, these 49ers pricks all of a sudden want to play hard. They know we want our revenge from the NFC Championship game. I couldn't give 2 shits about revenge, to be honest. I want to win the game because it helps us.
And that is the way.
What happened last year happens. They're going to return this from 3 yards deep. Deebo Samuel. And the return that's a good tackle by Craig Reynolds at the 32-yard line.
You didn't get the joke, did you?
What?
Mandalorian.
This is the way. Yeah. What's the joke?
Because I said it. I'm referencing the show.
Okay. I didn't realise it required acknowledgement.
All my jokes require acknowledgement. You know I need the boost to my ego.
No, you don't. First and 10, I formation, Purdy, play action. Under pressure, going to have to throw. Gets hit as he throws and picked off! But I think there's going to be a flag on the Lions here. There's 2 flags on the Lions. Kirby's returning this, but it's already basically been blown dead. The Lions know this is coming back. Branch contacted Kittle in the air. That's pass interference.
Fuck's sake.
Grand, as I said, this is why the talk of the Lions in the Super Bowl needed to pump the brakes. It was premature talk, yes. The talk of anyone getting to the Super Bowl at this point in the season is always premature. However, Lions had a top 5 unit on offense and defense for the majority of the season. So, I don't think it was premature to think that it was a good chance that the Lions get there. Anyway, pistol for San Francisco from midfield. And fake, Purdy looking to throw over the middle. Picked off! This time it's legit.
Oh, line, motherfucker!
It's Kirby. Kirby returning it to the 45 and down at the 43-yard line. That is an absolute gift by Brock Purdy, and this is why he kicked the field goal. But now, can the Lions offense make this happen now? Mark B said that ball was never catchable. Well, if it's not catchable, then you can call illegal contact for a first down because it's contact beyond 5 yards. So if it's not DPI, there is another foul you can call there. Tommy Millwall says, come on the boys. Momark says, woo. Grandizer says interception way before the interception actually happens, but never mind, I saw it and I ignored it. Oh, man.
Oh, everyone knows I'm happy. Kirby is now logged 16 interceptions as a Lion. This is the most interceptions a Lion player has logged through 3 career seasons since the merger in 1970. Also, fuck you, Xavier. As much as I love you when you're not a Packer, fuck you, Xavier McKinney.
Lots of people calling Kittle for a flop on that DPI. I do think he went down a bit weakly. He was contacted by Branch, but it wasn't forcible contact, and Kittle just sells it really hard. Grandor says, we heard Lions in the Super Bowl since week 5. It's like, wait a minute, can we let the season play out first? Well, the Lions got to the NFC Championship game last year and were in the box seat after one half of football. So they were half away from the Super Bowl. So you can't get hung up with the Lions fans at 3-1 or 4-1 thinking about the Super Bowl because we were there last year. What's that?
Is that John Travolta as Santa?
Yes.
Thank God. I thought like the shots had just gone to me and I'm just reading. Of course it is now. There's a disco thing. Bloody hell. I thought like the shots had made me just start seeing things. Ooh.
SW Line says it was a legit call. There was lots of contact and Branch pushed him down. I think it was a legit call too, but I do think that Kittle sold it like a wrestler. Of course, he has made an appearance in WWE, so that's not strange. But there we go. Let's see this. So Brock just airs it. And it's only half a yard away from being a good pass to Pearsall.
Kirby is now Detroit's first player to log at least 8 interceptions and a pick 6 in a single season since Lem Barney in 1967.
Fake play action for Goff. Check down to Jameson Williams for a gain of 8.5, second down and 2.
I'm liking this involvement of Jamo more in the passing game on base. I'm going to call basic routes, but you know what I mean, sort of like the non-deep shit. As my stream's lagging a bit, so I'm going to refresh.
The way we are at the moment, we'll now maybe go back and forth with the lead. It will still be the team with the ball last wins. Goff, play action again, looking deep, checks it down again to Craig Reynolds for a gain of 7 and a Detroit first down. Good protection for the Lions. The offensive line is having a bit better play in the last few reps. I know Goff had the sack to end the previous drive, but it's felt a bit better recently. Lions bad guy fan Johnny K says, Lions never say die, let's go Detroit. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Less than 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. At the 26-yard line of San Francisco, Goff in shotgun. Oh, man. Penne was lined up as a receiver there. You're going to get an illegal formation here, Lions. You've got to come off the line, Tim Patrick. Craig Reynolds running up the middle. I don't see a flag. I would have called a penalty there. That's a 7-yard gain up the middle for second down and 6-yard gain for second down and 4. No flag.
Penne motioned back into tackle just in time and was set properly.
Okay, all right.
Because as soon as you're saying that, I was watching for it.
Okay, that's fine. Second down and 4. 2 minutes to go in this third quarter.
Ooh, that's nice.
Goff in shotgun again with Reynolds next to him. Haven't seen Gibbs for a while after that cut. Amon-Ra motion right to left. Goff asks for it and gets it. Toss play, fake toss. Goff over the middle to Amon-Ra St. Brown, who gets hit at the 6-yard line. First down and goal.
Mustafa again.
Lions driving with aplomb.
Mm-hmm.
The passing defense just looks fantastic.
For them?
Passing offense for both teams looks great.
Oh, because you said passing defense. I was like...
No. Passing offense is what I meant, sorry.
Yes.
First down and goal at the 6.5. Goff under center. That's Jefferson in the backfield.
Jumbo set again. Skip and Mahogany are both in at the sort of...
Goff does hand it off to Jefferson, who goes outside, and a good run by him keeps the legs driving and gets 2 yards. He might have been stopped for a loss there, but did not. Good work.
Mm-hmm.
Against D. Winters and Domodor Lenore.
And then Lenore and Winters are wincing a bit because Dan Skipper just decides to, jump on the pile. Yeah. I'm there for it.
Goff under center. Goff, play action, looking, plenty of time, well protected, comes back to the right-hand side, incomplete towards Jameson Williams. He's looking for a flag, is he? No, there doesn't seem to be. Right, 26 seconds to go here for the Lions. In the third quarter, third down and goal. Need this. Well, 3 would make it a 1-point game. That would not be an absolute disaster, but it would feel like a bit of a loss. Right, here comes the play. Goff in shotgun. Takes a snap. Looks to the left. Under pressure. Throws the one-on-one ball. Amon-Ra didn't see it.
Oh! Yeah, 100% just didn't expect the ball.
Should this have been a flag on the defender? He's holding him. Yardem gets away with that for me.
Yardem, yeah.
Lions are going for it. Fourth and goal at the 4. Goff in shotgun. Patrick in motion right to left. Takes a snap. Throws. Amon-Ra. Touchdown Detroit Lions.
Yes!
Oh, stones on this team, man.
Okay, I'm going to say, I know obviously I haven't kicked the extra point yet, so it might not be true. That's why kicking the field goal worked.
Yeah. You got to believe in your team at some level.
Yeah. Oh, just so simple. All right, here we go.
PAT, snap was very low, but really good hold, and the PAT is good. 31-28. What a game. What a game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy. Oh, man, guys. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, hail the sun god.
Tommy said you boys are good at this commentary. Like, cheers, man. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Grandor said Jefferson, being that power runner, got something out of nearly nothing a couple of yards. Believe me,
yeah.
he is not regarded as a power runner though. Vision back, little bit of I'd say that he's a little bit of a power runner and a little bit of an elusive back without being terrifically good at both. It's his vision which is meant to set him apart from other people. But anyway, people saying they're idiots, don't like going for it on fourth down, but they go for it. Mark says, Amon Ra, my hero. Harley Quinn says, guys, this is wild. Freeland says, oh my god, we need another stop. I can say that every play, for goodness sake. Harley Quinn says, Dan has more balls than anyone in the NFL. I know you love that, though.
God's sake. Don't stoop down to my level. That's
like, I'm stooping down. I'm stooping down to her level, to be honest.
There. With that, Goff has become the only player in Lions history to throw for 3+ touchdowns in 4 straight games.
Love it. Oh, I just realised I've got George Kittle against you. That's fun, isn't it?
You've won already. Like, well done. You've came third in our league.
Snap in shotgun. Purdy under pressure has to throw out of it, and it is a completion to a little guy called George Kittle. Don't know if you've heard of him. 9-yard gain, just second down and 1. And it's going to be the end of the third quarter. 49ers trail for the first time, according to the coverage. Music to my fucking ears, guys. Right, here's the stats at the end of the third quarter. Lions lead 31-28, despite what my little scoreboard there says. 31-28. Goff, 22 of 20. No, because he had that final throw just then, and I didn't update it. What a fool I am. 23 of 28 for 272 and 3 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs, 13 for 68 on the ground. He's also 4 of 4 for 46 in the air. And then Jameson Williams leading the team in the air, 4 of 5 for 69 and a touchdown. Amon Ra also 8 of 10 for 60 and a touchdown for San Francisco. Brock Purdy, 19 of 23 for 288, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Also has 3 for 12 and a touchdown on the ground. Garendo, 8 for 31 on the ground, and also 3 of 3 for 53 in the air. And then the team led by Ricky Pearsall through the air, 5 of 6 for 102 and a touchdown. The other receiving touchdowns are by Kai Juszczyk, 1 of 1 for 9. And Deebo Samuel, 1 of 1 for 5. Deebo Samuel has 1 catch for 5 yards in this game. That's less than Chris Conley, people.
He's a running back at this point.
Yes.
This is fun. You know the game is wild when you know Allen Robinson's got a 90 PFF grade.
Yeah, but he only had 1 catch on a peak third down. Peak? True. I mean a clutch third down.
Yeah.
Right, I'm having to rework
He's played 5 times more. He's played the same amount of offensive snaps as Jamar Jefferson and Dan Skipper currently.
I got all of that right. So many players for the 49ers have rushes and receiving yards. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
Okay, 31-28 to the Lions. 49ers need a field goal to tie up the game. How about it?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they've missed a field goal at the end of the first half. This would be a tie ball game if you could kick a 51-yarder. But there you go. Miss Harley Quinn said, Matt, you're not wrong, lol. Crying and laughing face.
I'm just I'm just used to being the annoying little brother of the group, so I'm like, nah, don't.
Jonathan Foss says, actually, I cannot believe Stafford never did that in terms of the run that you just said.
Yeah, exactly. It's mind blowing. Like, Goff by now has unfortunately, I obviously grew up in inverted commas with Stafford being my QB. Goff has surpassed him now.
2nd and 1 at the 39-yard line in shotgun and handed off, run up the middle. Guerrero contacted at the line to gain, but he does get another yard. It's a 2-yard gain and a first down for the 49ers. Feels like the 49ers are under big pressure here on this drive because even if they score, the Lions are going to come back at them and there's too much time on the clock. So,
yeah.
Guerrero with 87 total yards so far today. Good return for him, especially given that Debo is taking a lot of rushing away from him. From the 42 now.
Arnold's back in the game. Thank God, I can see him.
Purdy play action. Pressure now late. Lovely throw. Good catch by Kittle with Melifonwu in coverage. First down for the 49ers. That's good coverage, but it's a good throw. Let's have a look at this. Release, and Melifonwu sticks with him. Gets his arm up, but just misses the timing on it very slightly. Lovely throw by Brock Purdy. I think that's good coverage.
Yeah, pretty good coverage. So the Lions have just become the 4th team in NFL history to have 3 players with 12 touchdowns in the season. Obviously, us this season.
Or fake double reverse. Gonna throw it. And thrown away by Ricky Pearsall. That's a good play by him to throw that away.
Yeah. True. So it's us this year. The 2014 Packers with Randall Cobb, Eddie Lacy, and Jordy Nelson. The 2013 Broncos with Moreno, Thomas, and Thomas. So D. Thomas and J. Thomas. And then the 1961 Oilers. Nice.
13-38 in this game. 3-point lead for the Lions. 31-28. Purdy in shotgun. 2nd and 10 at the 40. Deebo Samuel in motion right to left and throwing over the middle. Oh, that should have been picked by Kirby. He slipped. Oh, man.
And the thing is, I'd have to probably see it back. If Kirby didn't slip, he might have been gone there.
He's running into where a lot of the players are at on that right-hand side as the Lions look at it. He'd have to have reversed field. I think maybe he would have had some momentum going forward. It was a little bit high. He might have had to have jumped for it. Don't know.
True, yeah. I'm just trying to pick my guy up.
3rd and 10. Can the Lions get a stop? It's at the 40-yard line, fringe field goal range here, and 3-step drop in shotgun throws towards the receiver. Great PU by Amik Robertson. 4th down and 10 at the 40. Do the 49ers go for the tying field goal here? Or do they go for it? Or do they punt? Big decision here. All 3 are viable. Jawan Jennings. It hit Robertson in the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Also, again, I noticed that's Amon-Ra with his touchdown then just tied Calvin for the most receiving touchdowns by a player through 4 career seasons in line history as they go for the long field goal.
Jake Moody, this is his career long attempt. 58 would set a new record. The kick is up. It's dragged a little bit to the left. Is it good? It's wide left. Wide left. And it means that the Lions are starting at the 48-yard line of Detroit here because it was a 58-yard attempt. The Lions with a short field now and a 3-point advantage. This could make it a 10-point game. This could be it, guys.
To quote our lovely, lovely date from April, momentum has just shifted.
What a big event there. And the thing is, this is what happens with the kickers. The Lions hit a big field goal by Jake Bates earlier on in the game from about 56 yards. We end up not giving up big field position and we get the 3 points. The 49ers go for it twice from deep. The first time at the end of the first half doesn't have a big impact. The second time, though, now this puts the Lions in a really short field. I mean, all you need to do for the Lions is get another 12 yards, and you've got Bates in long field goal situation if you want. I'm not saying that we need to take 3 here. I'm just saying that given where the 49ers are giving us the ball, it's very close to us being able to score even now. And in fact, I'm thinking about this. If you look at the NFL career long of 66, if you take 65 just to make the numbers right, you'd be giving the ball away at the 45-yard line of your own field if you missed. And from the 45, it would be a 63-yard attempt for the other team if they just kicked it there. So what's quite fun is taking field goals from that spot. You go back and forth, with each team being able to kick a long field goal, which is really funny.
Hang on. Have you just invented an NFL version of a penalty shootout?
From the 64-yard line. Sorry, not from the 64. From your own 46 would be 54 yards away from the end zone, which would make it a 64-yard attempt. And if you miss from 64 yards, it would then be a 64-yard attempt the other way.
You have just solved overtime. Introduced the penalty shootout to the... Oh my God.
But from 64, because the drives physically actually end at that spot anyway. That would work. Chocobo Bristic Ball says 49ers should have gone for it, those cowards. They've got no confidence in their kicker, and yet they let him kick it anyway, and he's got no confidence in himself, clearly. Wizard of War says we need touchdowns. I agree that we need touchdowns.
Here's the thing. We now,
have a bit of momentum on defense?
Have their momentum on defense. We have our foot on their throats. It is time to start pushing down and choking them to death.
I'm feeling a Tim Patrick drive.
Oh, yes, please.
From our own 48, under centre Jared Goff. This is a time where we run the ball a bit as well. Jefferson in the backfield and hand it off. And he comes out to the right-hand side. Oh, it's Gibbs. And Goff with the block. Goff with 2 blocks.
What the fuck? Jameer, that is the most athletic 2-yard run I've probably ever seen in my life. And I'm so proud of you.
Lions get 4 there, in fact, as well. Second
was
down
it 4?
and 6.
Even better. And the block from Goff.
Oh, Goff got an arm to the head and neck area here.
He got semi-close-loaned by Malik Collins.
Second, it's 3 yards. They said 2nd and 7 at the 49-yard line of San Francisco. Goff in shotgun. And handed off again. Gibbs up the middle. Tackle from behind. Okay. Gains himself 3. Gains himself 4. It's going to be 3rd down and 3. Big play here. What's that?
Because of that play, I've just worked out why Bosa has a really weird setup. Okay, why is Jake Bates looking like he wants me to paint him like one of my French girls?
Because they're talking about him receiving treatment on the sideline. He's injured. 3rd and 3 from the 45. It would be a 63-yard attempt from here. Goff is going to pass, steps back, throws, and it's incomplete.
Shit.
Laporta was contacted early there, but there is no flag. It's 4th and 3, and I think the Lions should punt here.
Yeah.
I would not go for a 63-yard attempt.
Especially if he's on the sideline getting treatment.
Looks like the Lions might go for this on offense. I think I would punt this. We are up by 3, and there's so much time left in this game. But it looks like the Lions offense are going for it. The 45-yard line, Goff in empty to start. Gibbs is the running back near split to the left-hand side. Goff calls him inside and now runs the play. Goff 2-step drop and throws. Oh, to Sam Laporta.
Oh my God. Again, to do the Gibbs motion gets those 2 defenders on the side on that side following him. So it's a misassignment. Yeah, because look, J-Mo's in the slot, so the Gibbs motion just clears out Laporta. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, he takes 2 players. He actually lines up behind a guy, and you're meant to take the one who's right or left, and you can't decide which one to take if he's directly behind. 1st and 10. At the 26, Goff under centre, and they're going to run this one up the middle. Going to get caught from the backside by Bosa. Craig Reynolds for a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8.
Jeremy's just tweeted the bit about Bates, just saying, that's going to get used in a UFL commercial tomorrow.
Only if the UFL have permission from the NFL to use the video.
You say that, I'm going to be a naughty boy. I'm going to be a very naughty boy. Let me find it. Where is it?
2nd down and 8. Lions break the huddle. Goff under centre. Reynolds in the backfield. JMO in motion. Goff play action. Going to check it down to JMO, but couldn't get there, and it's incomplete. 3rd and 8.
That is going in the personal archive.
Sorry, did he say the wank bank? What?
No. But yeah, I now permanently have that Jake Bates thing on my hard drive that is getting used. That is getting.
24-yard line of San Francisco, 3rd and 8. Goff is going to pass and is going to check it down to JMO, who fell down. It's incomplete. It's 4th down and 8. And the Lions should be taking a field goal here now. 4th and 8.
Oh my God. The Panthers have already got it as their header, supposedly.
JMO fell down. That's a shame. I mean, he would have probably been stopped short anyway. That was a play design that was not going to succeed, unfortunately. 10:34 in this game. And Jake Bates' second field goal attempt. This would get the record for points by kicker in their first season with the team. 4th and 8. And it is good. Sorry, that is single season points record. Sorry, I should say.
Yes.
That's it. He has it. 2 field goals today and 4 extra points gives him 10 points. He needed 8 to tie. So that is the record.
Did he get 4? I'm just checking, so I don't think he's got 4 extra points.
Oh, he hasn't got because it was a 1-2 point try. So it's 2 extra points and 2 field goals. There's 8 points, so he's tied the record. Sorry, my bad. Tied record. Anyway, so 34-28.
Mm-hmm.
And there's still too much time for San Francisco to kill the game here.
They've just tweeted it. NFL PR. He's done it.
Or maybe he needed 8 points to break the record.
Yeah. They've just tweeted it. The NFL PR that he's established a new single-season franchise record for points scored, passing Jason Hanson's previous record of 130 points in 2012.
And he did it in 16 games, which for me was key.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah, I know that's the key thing. But yeah, I'm gonna just casually drop that in my group chats.
Oh man. I'm just having a look at Twitch now. Sorry. Chocobo Brisket Bowl and Shanked both say basically, what the hell was that video of Bates? And that was an awkward shot of Bates they just showed. And Shank said, why did they keep showing that? Why do they keep showing Bates on the bands? And Experiment says, Bates with shades of George Costanza pose.
Mm-hmm.
I must admit, I unfortunately do not get the reference, but I know George Costanza's from Seinfeld, but I just don't watch Seinfeld, mainly because I don't like Jerry Seinfeld. I find him... I just very don't... I don't get it. It's not that he's unfunny. It's just that when you have a look at videos at how people compare American humour and British humour, Seinfeld is the epitome of American humour. And like when people say that Americans don't get sarcasm like the British do sarcasm, I don't understand American humour at its purest form, and I think Seinfeld is that. Freeland said we really could have used a touchdown there. Now we need to get a stop again or keep them to 3. I mean, at the end of the day, if they score a touchdown, all we need is to have a field goal trying to win the game. So as long as they leave us with a timeout and 15 seconds on the clock, I think we can do it.
You're going to regret giving me access to the Instagram.
Why?
Let it upload.
Oh, I've just seen the George Costanza pose. Thank you, McSperiment, for putting that in my search history.
Yeah, we got it posted.
Stray Cat Beat says Seinfeld isn't that funny, so if you're using him as a benchmark, you're off. I do think is Seinfeld not regarded as the height of American comedy in many circles. SW Line says, Matthew, what are your favourite British comedy series? It's so hard because there's so many good ones. Touchback for San Francisco coming out to the 30. I think my favourite comedy drama is Blackadder.
Great shout. Blackadder's a great shout.
Oh, I am loving, by the way, the music in the background here, the coverage being Rage Against the Machine. I think it's Know Your Enemy. Yes. No, it's not Know Your Enemy. It's what is that?
Yeah.
I
don't know. Base formation again.
First down and 10 in shotgun. Purdy, two-step drop, looks for a quick throw.
Sack City!
Finally got there, finished off by number 66. Who the hell
Miles
is that?
Adams.
Oh
Miles
my
Adams.
God, I don't recognise him.
So it's a JRM blitz. AQ forces him back inside, and then Adams is there to clean up. But yeah, I was gonna say, I've completely forgotten now.
Guerrilla
this keeps
Radio.
happening.
Guerrilla Radio is the song. There we go. Second and 15. Not a huge sack in the scheme of things, but second and 15. Purdy goes back into shotgun. They've got to hurry. They haven't got the playoff. And in fact, they take a timeout, I think. Yeah. Oh, delay of game. They have been flagged for the delay of game. It wasn't. The whistle on the field was before the clock properly expired. They whistled as soon as the TV clock hit 0, and you're meant to get 1 second. So the TV clock must not be aligned with the clock in the stadium.
Just preempting my words. This is weird. What is this feeling?
Purdy throwing for a first down, but it's short by 5. Ricky Pearsall with a nice comeback route to the outside. 15 and out, and it's third down and 5. Matthew and Ash, what about when Brits say they don't get Ricky Gervais humour, blasphemy or nah? The Brits don't say they don't get Ricky Gervais humour. He's just someone who splits opinion. Some people find him hilarious, some people find him not particularly funny.
Then again, I know Americans should get Ricky Gervais humour, considering he technically created one of your most famous comedy shows. Not to cause controversy.
Yeah, Purdy, two-step drop out of shotgun. He might get sacked again. He does throw, and it is complete to Ricky Pearsall again at the 49-yard line of San Francisco. First down, should have gotten off the field there. The Lions just couldn't get the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Wizard of War just said, wow, I've never seen a delay of game called this close to zeros against the Lions opponent. It was very prompt.
Yeah.
Even I thought that was very prompt. Mark said, Rich Baldwin, you got to be ready to be silly when you watch Monty Python. Monty Python's fantastic.
Oh, yes. Then again, I know, okay. So to be the sort of, not to play devil's advocate, but also just to soften everything. There are some really good American.
Looking for a lot, and just get it to George Kittle. Big separation there down the field, all the way down to the Lions' 27-yard line, but there's a flag on the play.
I'll wait then. Just to soften the blow, there are some really good American comedy shows. Like Brooklyn Nine-Nine is one of my favorite comedy shows of all time. One of my favorite shows in general. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine's fantastic. Let's have a look. Ineligible man downfield on the offense. Huge play wiped out there. SW Line says Gervais is funny. So it depends on what Gervais is doing for me, because some of his jokes cross the line for me, and not in an edgy way, but just I think it's distasteful. But when he is making his posting speeches at the Golden Globes, I think he's fucking hilarious. When he's speaking truth to power as a comedy set, I think he's one of the best.
When he's punching downwards, it's not as funny, because I agree. I completely agree. There's a couple of jokes he's made that I'm like, no. It's very much like
quick throw to Jennings for a gainer of 6.
Yeah.
Oh, crowd don't like the fact that there was a bit of pushing and shoving late there, and there is a flag on Terry and Arnold. Is there a branch? One of the two.
One of the
two. It's going to be unnecessarily rough.
another comedian who's kind of like Ricky Gervais, probably a bit more known. Well, less known, obviously, about the same level of notoriety over here, not as well known probably in America. Frankie Boyle.
So Branch had Juwan Jennings' hand in his helmet, and he pushed Jennings down twice afterwards. I don't blame him for doing it because he's pissed off, but oh well. First down and 10, 7:51 to go. Branch being held out of this play because of the personal foul. The 36-yard line of Detroit. Play action, Purdy throwing over the middle, picked off again! It's Kirby again!
Yes.
You are looking, people, at what could be the defensive player of the year, and I do not think that should be a controversial take.
Yes.
So my call of the Lions winning by 2 scores might come true here.
Also, can I just... People who have read my preview article, you're welcome. Because what was my hot take?
I didn't.
The Lions pick off Purdy twice.
Okay. All right. Okay. I should have put an over on the point score, shouldn't I? Oh, so the Lions look like they're going to do bits here. They are almost there. So, you know that you were saying about my bet. All of the yards has come in. Goff passing yards and then receiving yards for Gibbs, Laporta, Kittle. I need Purdy to throw the ball 4 more times. And then I need a Gibbs touchdown, but I also need 2 touchdowns for the Niners. And I need the Lions to win by 13, so it's not happening. But I'm not far away.
I'm sorry.
If I picked Debo to score, then I would just need, instead of Jennings, that is, if I picked Debo to score, then I would need a Kittle touchdown, a Gibbs touchdown, and the Lions to win by 13, which wouldn't be impossible.
Mm-hmm.
So who scored the other? It's Ricky Parcel, wasn't it? Who scored the other touchdown? Parcel used check Debo, so it would have been really hard to pick Parcel to score. Tommy Millwall says, fucking legend man like Kirby. Hell yeah, man.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
This is going to give the Lions such confidence that the defense can play like this in the first half, and then it can make this sort of plays in the second half. It's going to give the Lions confidence that you can go and beat the Vikings at home.
What did I say to you just before halftime?
Tell me.
Look at last year. Going into halftime of this game, we were like, this looks bad.
What a play by Kirby that is. Sorry. What a fucking play. Keep the faith.
Exactly, keep the faith. Always keep the faith. And
Goff hands this one off, run up the middle by Gibbs. Really nice hesitation and gets himself 8 yards there for second down and 2 up the middle. You've got to believe that this defense can still make some plays. Even if it gets absolutely eviscerated on a down-to-down basis. It can get beaten through the air for 3 or 4 touchdowns. But if you make a couple of plays every single game, big plays like these ones, and it takes someone like Kirby who can trigger on someone making a cut there, because if you look at how that should go, the safety should stay back. If the quarterback decides not to throw that ball, which he could do, and holds on to it, you're maybe going to get burned for a touchdown. But as it is, you might get burned for a touchdown anyway. The fact that he triggers on it is one of those things that you need in a game sometimes.
It's his receiver background, and I will keep banging on about him because at this point he's one of my first takes technically on this podcast. So obviously, I guessed on that, and it's just come so right. That's why I'm going to keep banging on about it, because if people read my previews, know 99% of my hot takes do not happen. But the fact that I've somehow hit on arguably one of our best defensive players now. I know we've got Aleem, we know we've got Hutch, we've got TA's coming there, Campbell is, and Branch, obviously. Kirby is up there now. Like, that man is going to get a bag. That man is going to get a bag.
Lots of motion on the line for the Lions.
Saul's moved again.
6 minutes to go in this game. Goff hands this one off. Nice cut by Craig Reynolds running outside and down after a gain of 4, second down and 6. The Lions have gone into full 4-minute mode. They are killing as much clock as humanly possible. They are running the ball. What?
Just the fact that they've now got a Kirby highlights package. Yes.
Nice. He's doing this in prime time with a week to go before the voting. There's a good chance this boosts him. I think TJ Watt's probably going to get a depoy, but I think it would be very harsh on Kirby, especially when no edge player has really elevated themselves this year. 2nd and 6.
Other than the one that got his leg broken against the Cowboys. He's still here.
Goff with a play action throw, check down to Jameson Williams, first down for Detroit, 7-yard gain, clock keeps rolling. I was basically just counting the players who are eligible for this.
I know,
for the record.
Yeah.
Mar Marcus had Amon-Ra out, he was limping. I mean, that's probably a result of the ankle injury picked up in the first half, and maybe he's just being held out now, which would be good. Mar Marcus had Emmanuel Mosley sighting. That must have been on that pick play just now.
Potentially, yeah.
4:50 to go. Lions are really doing well killing enough clock. They're making it hard for the 49ers to come back. As long as they get a field goal here, it's a 2-possession game.
That's also 10. Probably why Amon-Ra's out as well, is because we're in our sort of like jumbo set now. Like Skip's out there again, Mahogany's out there.
Yeah, and a run for 4-5 yards up the middle for 2nd down and 5. Sorry.
That's fine. So I think this is the time now to sit Amon-Ra, because I know he's probably our best run blocking wide receiver, but the drop off between him, JMO, and Patrick in run blocking isn't actually as great as you'd think. So sit him with the ankle. You get him right with that if you need to, strap him up, whatever. Just run the ball.
Mark said Amon-Ra's back, and Amon-Ra is back in the game. Lions do all get set there. 1 second to get this off, and Goff. It's play action again, and a check down to Sam Laporta, who gets himself 4 yards, and it's going to be 3rd down and 2.5.
5. Yeah. There. What's to say? And again, don't want to jinx it. It's a touching wood and all that. In this situation right now, the 4-minute offense, we're just trying to run down clock. So far, not missing Monty.
No.
In this way. Like, I'd obviously love Monty, but
Reynolds can do it.
This shows. Exactly. Reynolds can do it. Jefferson can do it.
3rd and 2.5, 3:15 to go at the 30-yard line. Goff, with 2 players changing formation, have to get set here and not much time. Asks for it, does get it, handed off to Gibbs. Lots of room. Lies fence off block. Gibbs!
He's gone.
Gibbs for a touchdown. 12-point game. Go for 2. Make it 14. Lions have been absolutely brilliant. Start to finish on that side of the ball. But really, the defense has come to play in the second half. What have the 49ers done in the second half? Got to go for 2 here to make it a 14-point game.
Elated. That's what they've done.
But are they going for 2? It looked like they were signaling to just go for the kick, and they are just going for the PAT, which is weird. This is weird. PAT is no good. Wide left.
Shit.
Should have gone for 2. If the 49ers score a touchdown and then get the onside kick, you're ruining not going for 2. What a block by Tim Patrick on Renardo Green. And Jahmyr Gibbs gets his touchdown. 12-point game.
With that touchdown, Gibbs now enters tied 4th for most games with a touchdown before turning 23. He is now timed with Edgerrin James for 20. The only players in front of him are Jonathan Taylor with 21, Maurice Jones-Drew also with 21, and then that guy there with 22.
So we were talking at the half about the fact that the Lions' offense is going to have to be perfect, basically for the rest of the season. Someone even said the Lions are basically going to have to score 40 points each game, and I replied, you know that could still happen in this game, right? Lions have just hit 40 points.
Yeah. Oh, hands up. I've said similar. When the Aleem injury happened in the Bills game, I said at this point now, we're going to have to score like 30, 40 points a game, potentially, depending on who we play. We can do it.
Kickoff is to the 1 yard line and is being returned by Debo. Run up the middle. What a hit! Fumble! 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 There's a fight. There's a fight going on. Oh, the ball. They're blowing it.
Show me. Show me.
So the 49ers have run it into the end zone.
No, I want to see the fight, not this.
No, there isn't a fight. There isn't a fight. I thought there was a fight, but the ball was being returned for a touchdown and they've called it down. I wonder whether this was down. If it wasn't, this is a touchdown, but they could whistle it dead. What has happened here? Let's have a look. Debo contacted,
Fumbles.
Loses the ball. Lions looked like they had it, but then no one got on it. It was touchdown. I think someone was touchdown. Number 48. Number 48 is being touched when he receives the ball, and therefore Bethune would have to be down at that spot.
Rats! Of all the players that do it, it has to be one of the ones I like.
Let's have a look at the call here.
Put it in my head.
Down by contacts upon recovery.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we thought. Who was it who had the hit on Debo there? Was it Pat O'Connor?
Ezekiel Turner and Anthony Pittman combined. And then the fumble was forced by Ezekiel Turner.
I don't know.
ESPN.
I don't know how the Lions didn't recover that.
It's just it was like a pin balling around under the legs, from how I saw it. But Kirby is the first Lions safety to record 9+ interceptions and a pick 6 in a season since Jack Christensen in 1957.
Check down to Kittle for a gain of 8. Second down and 2 for the 49ers. 2:45 to go. All 3 timeouts. There is time for the 49ers, but they got to go really fast. No huddle, and they go again. Purdy in shotgun 2-step drop, and now this time underneath to Guerrero for the first down and gets out of bounds. Clock stops. So can the 49ers score a touchdown with more than 1 minute 30 on the clock and all 3 timeouts? That's their aim here.
Theoretically, yes.
Over 860 yards of offense today. Purdy, big drop, gets out of pressure, has to escape, throws deep downfield, incomplete, out of bounds. Second down and 10. SWL says this defense scares the crap out of me. I mean, you've got to live with it at this point. There, Ansel only comes back. It's going to get better, but it's not going to get a huge amount better. Carlton Davis, Aiden Hutchinson, and Lee McNeil. They're the 3 big ones, as well as Anzalone for me, that really change the metrics on this. And it's not going to get better up front. This is who we are now. So
yeah.
Here comes Purdy. 1-step drop, quick throw out to Jawan Jennings, who stays in field because he's an absolute fool. And he gets hit 3 times, including by Trevor Nowaski to finish it off. The clock continues to run on 3rd and 2. But instead, they're going to have to take the 2-minute warning here, which is just a massive mistake.
Yeah, it's a massive L for them.
Doon, 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 doon. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do.
You know, it's always very nice when you can average 5 yards a carry. Because the Lions right now, we are 31 carries, 154 yards, 5 yards a carry, 2 touchdowns.
Right, that's who I didn't do. It's Jameer Gibbs in the air, 4-4 for 46. JMO, 5 of 8 for 77. And then Purdy's only had 3 scrambles still. Garendo, 9 for 34. Guys in the chat, how are you feeling about this game? I know that the defense was a bit of a struggle in that first half, but the second half I really feel like they've come out to play. I think they've been quite impressive, really. Yeah. How are you feeling about next week's game? That's what we need to start talking about right now. Whatever happens in this game happens. It really didn't have any bearing on the fact that we're going to try and win next week. So how has this changed your feelings on the Lions? Do you think that this makes you feel a bit more positive, a bit less positive about that game? Let's hear your thoughts. I've updated all my stats up to date, which is something. Brian says we need to keep our poise. Mark says taking an aspirin, almost always a good idea, to be honest. SW Lions to Jennings is a big physical wide receiver, good player. Could play for the Lions next year.
He could if Tim Patrick didn't exist. Because I'm re-signing him.
I would like to re-sign Tim Patrick. If Jennings became available at the right price for the Lions, it would be a great signing. It would be an upgrade. Minor upgrade, but Jennings has 900 yards this year.
Yeah, true. But I might have some bad news on that front because I think he signed an extension in May.
Oh, did he?
That's 2 years.
Oh, right. Okay,
2-year extension, so he's not going to be available.
Freeland says it still kills me that Detroit could have 14 wins but still end up on the road throughout playoffs. We say throughout playoffs, but they might not happen. One of these scenarios in my head is the Packers being the 7 seed, beating the Eagles, and then beating the Vikings, and the Lions as the 5 seed beat the Rams or beat the Bucks. So beat the Bucks, then beat someone. 3rd and 2, complete to Pearsall, first down at the 35-yard line. Clock continues to run. So that's one of the other scenarios. Is basically the Lions at home against the Packers, 5 seed against the 7 seed. Could happen. 1st and 10.
Brian Brandt.
Loss of 8 on the play. 2nd and 18 and a timeout.
Nickel blitz.
Branch with a nickel blitz. And this now kills the 49ers because they must go for a onside kick if they score. And if they don't get it, the game will be over. Because unless they can score in 15 seconds, and even then, with the 2 timeouts, they can't stop clock enough. Apparently, Mark says they're checking Purdy's wrist. He's come out of the game. Purdy is out of the game.
Josh Jobs will be in then. Oh my God, former Lion. Yep.
Josh Dobbs then in a must-have-it situation. 2nd and 17, 1:36 to go, 2 timeouts for the 49ers, 12-point game. Jared Goff chants ringing around the stadium. They empty it out. Dobbs takes a snap. 3-step drop from shotgun, looking to throw deep over the middle, and is complete. And then they get out of the tackle, and Jennings, does he get out of bounds? He does get out of bounds. A 15-yard gain, 3rd and 2. Really nice throw by Dobbs.
Mm-hmm.
So how many points did the 49ers have after the first half? They had 21, and we had 13. So we've gone 27-7 in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying I'm pretty happy with 27-7.
Yes, same.
Referees have stopped proceedings. Allows Purdy maybe time to come back in here.
Booth review. They might be reviewing if Oh,
They're reviewing him being down inside the field of play. And I think, are they
yeah.
looking at Branch maybe being called for a face mask on the sack? Oh, that seems harsh. That's called inbounds. That's very bang bang as to whether that's in or out of bounds, because the elbow comes down about the same time
Yeah.
as the hip.
Yeah.
I think that should just stay as the call on the field without replay assist. It's so
Oh yeah.
close.
I'm there for it. Yeah. Oh, he's got his helmet off.
Oh, Branch's hand was inside the face mask, and
Yeah.
he puts his hands up because he knows what he did. The fact that that wasn't called, despite Branch telegraphing it to the referees, is a massive miss by the refs, because Branch told the referees he did it. 10-second runoff has been accepted. Oh. Yes. 1:19 to go after the 10-second runoff. They keep the 2 timeouts in the pocket. 3rd and 2. Dobbs just holding up the play here. I don't know why. Now the referee's in position after the head coach wanted to talk. Now the play clock goes. Dobbs takes a snap under pressure but throws quickly to the outside. Jennings, first down, and clock stops. 1 minute and... Oh, why is the clock going? Why is the clock running? That's a mistake. 1 minute to go. Dobbs. Oh, almost got sacked to the back end, but another first down. And George Kittle for 12 yards, first down and goal. And now the clock stops. Timeout, San Francisco. They leave 1 in the back pocket. Why on earth, when Jennings went out of bounds there, did they run the clock? Jennings wasn't going backwards, and he was contacted by the defender, which was forcing him sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Milk Soda says, how common are NFL fans in the UK? So it's a growing sport in the UK. It's the fastest growing sport. The UK audience, so UK adults represent about 45 to 50 million adults, and 4 million watched the Super Bowl last year. So about 1/10 of UK adults watched the Super Bowl last year, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
In terms of people playing
stats.
the sport, it's also a growing sport too. Dobbs throwing for a touchdown towards Jennings, incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
I can attest to that a bit more because I technically play it, but I know players. I know people that played it. Like I know, as Matt knows, because when we signed him to rookie minicamp, I was banged on about it. But I know someone that's now on the Steelers practice squad, Ayo Aliola, who used to play for the University of Nottingham Green and Gold, which is literally half a mile that way because I live at the bottom bit of the university campus. It's a very fast-growing sport, like books,
Dobbs,
American
2nd and
football,
goal, rushing for it.
touchdown.
Can any line get there? Touchdown, 49ers. Dobbs gets in. There's 43 seconds to go, and an onside kick is going to make this interesting.
True. And I'm going to be honest, to go back to this discussion, soon it's really helping the NFL grow here is Taylor Swift. So my manager at work is a massive Taylor Swift fan. He is now also a Chiefs fan.
Who has a bet for Josh Dobbs to score a touchdown in this game? Because congratulations, your bet just cashed. No good. The PAT remains a 6-point game. And if the 49ers somehow find themselves scoring a touchdown, they will tie the game with a PAT to win. That will not fill them with confidence. I wonder I think he's going to find himself cut at the end of the season.
Yeah.
It feels like it's going that way. Right. Onside kick coming. And it's going to be him kicking the ball for the onside kick. Mandalorian 9816 says McFerrin, yes, a game that's not going to matter statistically. Not for the 49ers. For the Lions, it means that a tie clinches now in the Vikings game. And I'll say this until I'm blue in the face because it might come true. The chance of the tie in the Vikings game is going to be statistically significantly higher than any other game that the Lions probably have had this year. One, it's a gritty matchup, which probably just tightens the margin slightly. Both teams aren't going to want to lose that game, as well as going to want to win that game. Here comes the onside kick, by the way. Lions, with the hands team out there, just need to get this to win the game. Kicks away, it's heavy, and it's out of bounds. No chance for it. I think that was actually quite an interesting one, because if it ends up hitting a Lions player, it can rebound back towards the 49ers, which is a play that I've been calling for the Lions to try for some time. The Lions win the game. So Vic 100 says the game does not matter for the Lions. It depends on what you think the chance of a tie is. The Lions know if they go to overtime that they do not have to try and go for it unnecessarily with 1 minute to go from like deep in their own 10, because a tie is going to clinch. So in a slim chance scenario where it goes to overtime and the Lions have the final possession, they can just kneel it out and go and take a tie. Now, does that sound like Dan Campbell to you? It doesn't to me. However, I think if it clinches, I think he'll do it. It'll be interesting. Anyway, the Lions broke the the regular season record for wins with 13 last week. The Lions advance now to 14 regular season wins, 14-2 for the first time. This is the first game since 1937 with 10 plus touchdowns and 0 punts in the game.
And for the first time in franchise history, the team has gone undefeated on the road in the regular season.
There we go. Right, here are the stats at the end of the game. Goes final with the Lions winning by 6, 40-34. Goff, 26 of 34 for 303, 3 touchdowns, no picks. That's good for a passer rating of 132.4. Rushing the ball, Jahmyr Gibbs was 18, not 13 as it says, 18 for 117 and a touchdown on the ground and 4 of 4 for 46 through the air. And then Jameson Williams led the team in receiving yards. He was 2 rushes for -2 yards and a touchdown, 5 of 8 for 77 and a touchdown through the air. On offense for San Francisco, Brock Purdy 27 of 35 for 377, 3 touchdowns and 2 picks. And then Josh Dobbs was also 3 of 4 for 35. On the ground, Isaac Guerrero 9 for 34, and he was also 4 of 4 for 65 in a game where he went for 99 yards total. And then in the air, they were led by Ricky Pearsall, 8 of 10 for 141, and a great performance by him and a touchdown. His over-under for receiving yards was 26. He got 141. Other receiving stats in here, and other stats generally that we're missing out here. Brock Purdy rushing touchdown. I did give you actually. Josh Dobbs rushing touchdown, 1 carry for 7 yards late. Otherwise, Sam Laporta had a touchdown. He was 6 of 8 for 64 and a touchdown. Amon-Ra was 8 of 10 for 60 and a touchdown. The other receiving touchdowns for San Francisco, 1 of 1 for 9 for Kyle Juszczyk, 1 of 1 for 5 for Deebo Samuel. They had 2 fumbles, one of which was recovered by Bethune after the kick return fumble by Samuel. The one by Juwan Jennings was fumbled out of bounds. The Lions did have 2 picks, as I mentioned. Both were by Kirby Joseph. Really turned the game in the Lions' favour. Otherwise, on defence, Jack Campbell led the team with 9 tackles. The Lions had 2 sacks, 1 by Miles Adams, 1 by Brian Branch. There were no other TFLs for the Lions, which is a bit of a shock, really, considering how active they are with that up front normally. 2 sacks by San Francisco, both by Nick Bosa. 5 other TFLs, 2 by Bosa, 1 by Warner, 1 by Collins, 1 by Ita Gross-Matos. In terms of kicking, it was a rough day for both kickers, with 3 extra points missed combined. 2 for Bates, 1 for Moody. Otherwise, Moody missed both of his field goals, whereas Bates made both of his, including a 57-yarder. Ash, we felt a bit disappointed coming into the half at how things gone for the Lions defense, even though They are who we thought they were, especially over the past month. This was always going to happen. And yet the Lions have managed to beat the arse off the 49ers in the second half, 27-13, including a late touchdown for the 49ers. While it was pretty even in that first half, going toe-to-toe with both defense looking bad, defense stepped up in the second half and the offense kept the pedal on the floor.
Exactly, yeah. This just teaches us never lose the faith for this team. Like we even saw it in the Bills game where, yeah, we lost. We managed to drag it back and make it respectable. And that's one thing you can count on this team now. We are always going to be in games to the final seconds. And that's great to see. And it could be worth the grass is not always going on the other side. Like you look now, because with this win, the Bears clinch an unwanted sort of fact. They now have more losses combined than the rest of the NFC North combined. Even the 2008 Lions, who went 0-16, can't say that.
Tom V said they got to win next week. Not technically true. A tie is going to clinch now for the Lions at 14-2 with the Vikings at 13-3. I don't really understand why a Vikings win clinches for them, but I'm presuming it's on strength of schedule or NFC wins. I'm just having a look now. So the Vikings and Lions, they're both 14-2. So of course the Vikings win's going to clinch because they just have a better record. I'm just being an idiot. So the Vikings are 4-1 in division. They are 9-2 in conference. We're 10-1 in conference. So it's basically it's a straight matchup because it's 14-2 each. Lions have a 200-point differential. That's the greatest in the NFL. The next highest would be the Bills at 164. The Vikings, having only lost 2 games, are only plus 122. And they've won 12 games more than they've lost, which is nuts. That's actually really funny to look at. The Carolina Panthers are negative 199 in score differential. Jesus Christ. Oh, guys, it's been a heck of a game. Milk Soda said, great stream, y'all. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Tepper said, before the season, if someone told me they'd be 14-2 and all doom and gloom about the postseason, I would have told them they're crassy. I kind of agree. This is so much more than anyone could have expected. And I say anyone in inverted commas. You know where I'm going with this. There was one person who was particularly bullish on this season out of the Royal Alliance guys. That was me. I was the only person to predict 14 wins. I also had the Lions running the table with the last 8 games. I was wrong with that because of the Bills game. I still had us winning 14 games. Everyone else was 13 or less. We have 14 now. Unfortunately, that ain't enough. Isn't that incredible? There will be a team in the NFC North as a 5 seed with 14 wins. Ridiculous words to say out loud. What's that?
I think I'm just trying to work out why it is the Vikings get that.
Get what?
The thing if they win next week.
If they win next week, they're 15-2,
15
and we're 14-3, so they're just ahead of us.
Yes, yeah.
Flat out. Also, me and you were the only people to predict a win this week in the preseason predictions, and we both predicted a 3-point victory, which means we share being the closest as well, which is nice.
Does that mean I go above anyone, or am I still like second?
You are 1 point behind me with 29 points, and I am top. So you're second. Ant is third with 27. What?
Last time we checked in, I was like second to last.
Well, you've turned it around because you've predicted the last 7 games straight. Win, 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 loss, win, win. You've predicted a 7-point win to my 6-point win next week. So let's see. The only person to predict a loss in next week's game is Anthony Fitzpatrick. Everyone else has predicted a win.
Oh, Mr. I want everything to ride on this game, and yet he predicts us to lose it.
Well, yes, but at the same time, I think he predicted a loss thinking we'd have sewn up the 1 seed by now. And to be fair, at 14 wins, you'd think that would be true. But
I've got, to be fair, because I've got all the things on. That's how I know you're getting close to the end of the regular season, because my clips folder is getting very small. All it's got now is obviously the college stuff and our preseason predictions for next week. That's all I've got in there now. It's looking very empty.
Hmm.
Very long.
Yeah. Oh, no one predicted Minnesota to win this division. I'll tell you that. Rich Baldwin says, good night, gents. Good night to you, Rich. Brian Three Cushion as well says, good night and thanks, Matt and Ash. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate you. SC Reliance says, it's a shame the defense is playing so poorly with all the guys missing. It was to be expected. It was to be expected on a down-to-down basis. They can still make the splash plays which win games like they did today. But also on a down-to-down basis, they're actually okay. They are creating tiny bit of pressure, which is not great, but it's something. They do end up contacting people behind the lines again. We just weren't very good at actually tackling those players today. I don't really know why, but there we go. Those TFLs should rack up. We should be putting teams in slightly worse situations than we were today. If we can do that, it's those passes against zone or where they just have 5 yards of separation because where we've really struggled. We'll see what happens with that. TJ says Lions offense isn't going to have an easiest time driving down the field against Minnesota. And respectfully, TJ, I disagree. Jared Goff has made the Vikings defense look stupid the last couple of times he's played them. Mm-hmm. The blitzing defense, which they bring, and the simulated pressures and everything like that, Jared Goff has been absolutely brilliant against it. His stats are incredible. Now, you can say, I don't believe they're going to be as incredible this time round, and that's a fair take. But I just think that we should be able to continue it. The only thing I think is what I saw yesterday from the Vikings, Ash, is that the Vikings did very well looking at what Green Bay expected them to do and then playing against that. So they played very heavy man on third down, and actually Green Bay came out and said, we didn't expect them to play as much man coverage in this game as they did. So they're very adept at knowing what other teams think of them and playing against their tendencies. So I wonder if next week the Vikings actually don't go as blitz heavy or as quite as unconventional as we think that they are, and they just kind of go for a fairly conventional offense, and we kind of just trick ourselves into thinking they're being more clever than they are. I think that might actually be the smartest thing for them to do if they think they have the horses to compete with us, because I think that going man to man might actually be the smart thing to do. But then Jared Goff has been the best quarterback against man coverage in the NFL this season, and it hasn't been close. He's been way better than any other quarterback in the NFL against man. So,
it's just one of them. And sort of, I know it's looping back, but, again, this is a leading question. And by me asking it, you've probably guessed the answer. According to PFF, who got more pressures in this game? Them or us?
So Goff 2 sacks. And Penny didn't have a great game up front. It depends what sort of pressures as well, because pressures is so arbitrary.
It's just total.
No. I don't mean total. What I mean is, if you're forcing the quarterback to take a step, that's probably a pressure. But how much is that impacting the quarterback versus really flushing him out the pocket or actually forcing a throwaway?
Yeah, so but then again, it applies to, if that happens, it's both sides, so it equals out. So it's just who had more pressures.
I saw Purdy, especially in the second half, have to move a little bit, and Goff didn't at all in the second half. So it's probably us having more pressures, but not significantly so.
Not significantly. We had more than double the amount of pressures they did. They had 8, 6 of them from Bosa. We had 17.
Which still isn't a huge amount, but it's a good amount.
Yeah, it's a good amount.
Joseph Austin said, I expect next week's game will look like this game. I think that's a fair take.
Yeah, 100%. That's completely fair. The only thing that worries me more about next week compared to this week is that the Vikings have 2 outside receivers who they can kind of trust, while the Niners don't.
But then, but they had enough receivers that they could go into their bag too, which they can trust generally. So today it was Kittle and Pearsall, but another day it will be Debo, or Conley has done bits for them. I think there's enough in the 49ers wheelhouse as a receiver that they will be as just a bigger problem for us.
Yeah, it's just because, obviously, I was going to say, tight ends wise, but obviously, Vikings now got Hawk back. Just having 2 guys they can trust on the outside as well will help them. While with, as you say, they've had to go into their wheelhouse and rotate the receivers and use Debo more as a running back than he is a receiver to really get him used. With the Vikings next week, they've got obviously Jefferson, they've got Addison, they've got Hawkinson, and for those who listened to our stream yesterday, they've also got Dalvin Cook.
Yeah. Okay. SW Line says Minnesota has a much better offense and defense than San Francisco. That's what worries me.
This year, yeah. I'd agree.
Defense is absolutely true.
Offense is separate.
Offense year to year, I would say no. This year, yes.
Yes. Yeah.
It's interesting though. Darnold always has a bad game in him, and it's the sort of thing that gets thrown at Goff. Goff does always have a bad game in him somewhere, but it's going to be a really interesting game. I mean, we know what happened last time, and the thing is, compared to other games where it's in division and things have significantly changed, things haven't significantly changed from the last Vikings game to this one. So, if you go behind big, you can bring it back because that's what they did the last time. It's at home, but you've had 1 day less to prepare. Does that make a difference?
Yeah.
Probably not. It's Sunday Night Football, which gives you a few extra hours. The fact that you've gone from Monday Night Football to Sunday Night Football means that you're playing at a similar time. The Vikings played in the afternoon slot last time, so...
Yeah, true. But then again, to go against that, we've had to travel cross-country. They're now having to travel cross-country back, which might hurt them a bit.
Travelling east is always better than travelling west, though. Travelling east, you're going with time.
Yeah.
Sorry, travelling west is better. Damn. That is going to fool my... I'm being an idiot. Yeah, travelling west is better. So travelling for the San Francisco game is fine, but travelling back for the Lions game is going to be tough against Vikings anyway. Yeah. David Reinfurt coming in the clutch on Twitch, subscribing at tier 1 for his 34th month in a row. Says, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. 14 regular season wins. I can't even believe that. How many teams have ever scored 14 wins in a regular season?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. Even at teams' peak, not many teams get 14 regular season wins ever.
Yeah.
How many of the Patriots teams in their dynasty got 14 wins?
Give me a second. So, with our 14 wins, tied for 9th most in NFL history in the regular season. The only teams above are obviously the 16-win 2007 Patriots team, the 15-win Chiefs team of this year, and also the 2015 Panthers and 2011 Packers, 2004 Steelers, 1998 Vikings, 1985 Bears, 1984 49ers, and then it's us and Vikings this year, 2012 Eagles and Chiefs, 2020 yeah. There's a load of 14, unfortunately, but tied for 9th in NFL history.
So
with the potential to go tied for 2nd.
So for the Lions next week, order of the day will be Kirby continuing to be the person who's outthinking the offense, because that's what he did on that second pick as he triggered on the route, knew exactly what was happening and believed in himself. Need more of that. Blitz Iffy more from the slot. That works really well for that sack late. That was a branch blitz from nickel with Iffy not coming down, interestingly. But blitzing Iffy more from safety, blitzing branch more from nickel, keep them guessing about where it's going to come. Give them their own medicine simulating pressure. Mark B says, Matt and Ash, you should travel west sometime. I am aiming for Thanksgiving next year if I can. Fingers crossed. We'll see. It's a money thing.
Same with me, yeah.
It's not so easy, and you know what? America's expensive. Like, as a country to go and live, and I'm sure you guys are aware of that, it's expensive. And we get paid slightly less and get taxed slightly more for more services in return here. It's a thing, whether you like it or not. So while we have more services and social security and whatever than you guys do, it does mean we have less take-home pay. and the cost of living is more expensive in the States, which is a double whammy for us. So it's just difficult. So it's probably a once every few years thing, I think, with hoping and praying that the Lions actually come over here for a game every once in a while. And it's been 8 years.
Yeah, and the scary thing for us is if they're likely to come international, it's not to the UK.
I don't agree with that. Just because Amon-Ra has a German connection doesn't mean they're going to Germany. I do think that they will consider it, but
they've really been pumping the sort of German connection between us ever since the new German game's been announced. They have really been pumping it, which really makes me think
that there are other players with German connections, though, and really,
they have Bader.
But they have proven with the Germany games that they are willing to give the Germans their worst games. So why would they give them the Lions by that metric? So I'm just saying they seem to be willy-nilly on where things go. They give us
the Jags every year.
Yeah, but they've signed a long-term deal to do that. That's not the Jags being shit, and they have a long-term deal is a shame. But there's not like there's any choice. They must play the games here. Marmark says, but NFL gave Lions a German market this past year. Again, I don't think
Switzerland. It wasn't Germany. It was Switzerland.
And even then, I don't think the advertising marketing makes a blind bit of difference as to where they play their international games. I just don't think so. Like, it may happen that we end up playing in Germany, but yeah.
It makes it more likely you play in that country if they get a thing. So, for example, the Eagles got Brazil this year because that's their thing. It makes it more likely. It does not instantly connect you.
Yeah. TJ said Germany is a hop and skip across the channel. The problem is the demand for tickets in Germany is significantly higher than in the UK. Huge. It's more that it's novel as well as they are a bigger fan base for it generally. But it's new. And that makes a big difference. Getting NFL tickets is going to be extremely difficult and pricey if it does happen over there. The only way I think we're getting tickets is if we go as media, and I don't know whether we'd actually get that, but there we go. Mark B says, understood lads, I'd like to make it to Ellen Road sometime before my time is up. As much as I don't like Leeds United as a team, I think that going to Ellen Road would be a really cool experience if you're a Leeds fan, because that crowd is great. Even if I don't like their fans. But
yeah, true. But, you know, they've also got a connection to a certain team that we've just played.
Marmarker just said, Germany and Canada awarded to the Lions as well as Austria and Switzerland.
Oh.
Same.
Thank God. Okay. Then maybe it's going to happen. Might have to plan a trip to Berlin. I can go see my marbles.
We'll try and make it happen. But there we go. I will apply for us to be registered as credentialed as media. I just don't know whether it's going to happen. If it does, it's going to be a great time.
Hell yeah.
David says, did you see that cameraman almost knocked down Goff at the end of the game? No, I completely missed that. The coverage probably went. Experiment says, branch blitz and leave Iffy in the back for his game-winning INT. Yes, sir.
Again, yeah, because he did it last year, didn't he?
All right, we are not going to be live tomorrow to recap this game because it is New Year's Eve. And of course, it's New Year's Eve at 4:37 a.m. here. You're just about to be New Year's Eve if you are in Eastern Time in the States in about 20 minutes' time. So have a lovely New Year's Eve. We're going to be celebrating tomorrow, and then we'll see you New Year's Day to recap everything that happened in this game. And there is a lot to go over in this game. I mean, almost 900 yards of offense, no punts, 10 plus touchdowns. First game since 1937 to be such a game. Ridiculous. Ridiculous game to go through. Hope you can join us all for that. It will probably be at 5 p.m. Eastern, because that's when you're free, yes?
Yep. I finish at 9.
5 p.m. Eastern Time on New Year's Day. We'll see you then. Happy New Year, everybody. Have a great time. Lions are 14 wins. Can we get the number 1 seed? Fingers crossed. Let's go, Lions. One pride.
One pride.